Buccaneer flags. We're raising the flag for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers today. Hey, it's draft day here. It's 2025 NFL Draft, and we live here on Tim Reynolds Show. This is my wife and Charlie Brown Reynolds. What's going on? We just wanted to say hi, everybody. Welcome to draft day here on Tim Reynolds Show. Also, thank you guys all for the support, and thank you from Charlie as well. Good boy. And we love you guys. Hey, man, we're going to be live here for the 2025 NFL Draft. So me and my wife, Amber, just wanted to say thank you, everybody, and hope you guys have an awesome draft day here with us.
Happy draft day, y'all.
All right. Love you guys, man. All right. Here we go, baby. Raise them flags, Tampa Bay. Let's go, Buccaneers. Woo woo! Hey, we about to get started here. It's draft day, baby, here on Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go, Tampa Bay Buccaneers! Woo! Yeah, come on, man. You know we had to wear the fit today. That's right. You know we balling. That's right. I gotta look good, feel good, baby. Draft day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ow! Let's go. Welcome, everybody. It's Tim Reynolds Show. All right. Get the flag all nice and set up there. Out the way. Oh, got the dog hanging out too. What's going on, buddy boy? All right, we should be getting started here soon. Moments away from the NFL Draft kicking off here, folks. Let's get it going. Oh, yeah, here we go. Got one more move. Here we go. All right. Move the chair up, and we got... Oh, yeah, we got to take the coat off. Put it on the chair. Time to look good no matter where. Woo! There we go. That's right, baby. It's draft day here on Tim Reynolds Show. Woohoo! Come on.
Up in the shadow of Lambeau Field, we have an estimate to watch all 32 National Football League teams have their shapes completely revealed.
Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show.
Tonight's draft, at least as of now, we are expecting a great many trades around.
And there's a bunch of fans ready to go here in Lambeau Field, right outside of the Packers Stadium. Wow, what a jam-packed crowd there tonight for the NFL Draft. And there is Cam Ward, the University of Miami quarterback who was a 2024 consensus first-team All-American and also has the FBS record for the most touchdown passes in Division I college football history with 158. He is the essential number one overall draft pick. And what a lot of people have as their number one overall prospect on their draft boards, Travis Hunter, the Colorado cornerback and wide receiver, and also voted as the nation's best wide receiver this past season here in 2024. We'll have his name called here early tonight here on the NFL Draft. What's going on, Chet? You crocheting? Uh-oh! Look at that, baby. We also got it suited up here, guys, man. We got all the TVs going. We got the channel up on the computer here so we can keep in contact with y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. Yeah. All right. Wow. Man, Pat's got a nice setup there. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show.
What is the one you are most looking forward to hearing the answer to in the next few hours tonight?
Sanders. We really are talking to Trent. He's my number one quarterback. He was outstanding. He's a QB at the Colorado. We're getting a lot of help. Couldn't run the football, couldn't protect him, and he was accurate, and he's been held up from a durability standpoint. He did it from with NFL position around him. I love you, boy. Perfect fit. Perfect fit as the New Orleans Saints States of pick number 9. Because it's the 2 and 3, you're getting the best players in the draft. The Travis Hunter, Cleveland, maybe Abdul Carter, the Giants. But at 9, the best player on the board, quarterback they need, division with the number 1 pick overall price, number 1 pick overall Baker, Michael Penix Jr. In the dome should be ideal, perfect for the New Orleans Saints.
There's so many edge rushers. After Abdul Carter, who's going to be the next edge rusher off the board? I think the edge rushers dominate the draft tonight.
Marcus of the conversation surrounding who plays running backs. I think Genty, he personifies who plays running backs. He did with Saquon Barkley. He's got a conversation around running backs again. Where does Ashley go tonight?
Maybe in the top 5. There's been a lot of speculation about that. Well, there is a unique tradition of riding bicycles in this city of Green Bay. Kids used to bring their bikes over.
Man, it's getting a little hot in here. I'm gonna open up that window.
Okay.
Goes back about a half a century in Green Bay. Whispered in my ear that they see that tradition.
All right, guys, we're getting ready for the first overall pick. The Tennessee Titans to be on the clock. And we'll break things down as they go. And oh, man, there goes Roger Goodell coming out on a bicycle. Appreciate you guys hanging out here. Hey, what's up, sis? Amber's in the chat, babe.
Hey.
Amber says hi. Oh, it's my brother. Dude, thanks for hanging out, man. Oh, dang, there's little Wayne. That's so cool. Can't hear me.
We'll open the proceedings for us here. Here's the commissioner.
What do you mean? You got it? Okay. About to say, ain't nothing wrong with my volume.
Wisconsin.
All right, here we go.
The Green Bay was too small for this, with a population of 107,000. But we have over 125,000 people here and still counting.
All right. Over 125,000 people there tonight at the draft.
Green Bay may be small, but it's mighty. Thank you all. for
What's
welcoming
going on, guys? Thanks for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show.
a few days.
Man, the crowd is massive there in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Over the next 3 days, we will welcome in the next generation
All right, guys.
into the NFL.
We're getting ready to welcome the next generation of NFL football players here in this 2025 NFL Draft. It should be an exciting one, especially with this being the first ever NFL draft in the common draft era, where we see all NFL teams, all 32 of them, will have their first round pick here in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Look at that. They got Amon Green there, Chase Matthews, James Jones, and Packers superfan Little Wayne. Hell yeah. I'm not sure, man. As far as the Bucks go, dude, I'm thinking the Bucks might trade back. I've heard a lot of rumors about that in this draft. And they've got quite a bit of options at where they're picking at here. So, not sure exactly who the Bucks will be picking, or your Dolphins for that matter, but I hope the Dolphins go offensive line. Oh no! Oh no, Chase Matthews throwing bombs, throwing haymakers. Hell yeah, you like the hair though? Yeah, come on, bro. You know he had to look good for the draft, baby. Come on, how about the fit? How about the fit, dog? We looking good, right? Look at that. They got Pete Schrager. He's the newest guy to come work for ESPN, and now he's working on Pat's show. This is so cool, man. The 2025 NFL Draft is now officially open! And the Tennessee Titans are now on the clock. All right, Titans fans, will we see the Tennessee Titans draft their franchise quarterback here with their first overall pick in round number 1? The Titans are on the clock.
But Travis Hunter is available and expected to hear his name called early tonight. The two-way superstar Abdul Carter, the pass rusher extraordinaire out of Penn State, wearing the legendary numbers. Micah Parsons, will he be that level of good on the next level? The two quarterbacks, Cam Ward, again, be expecting to go number 1 tonight. Is it the right decision?
And now the big question of this draft is not where Cam Ward will go, but where the next quarterback in line, Shedeur Sanders, will fall in this draft. He was expected to be a top 5 pick all the way through the season and even after the season was over. But now, over the last few weeks, Shedeur Sanders, the Colorado quarterback, has fallen on a lot of draft boards and a lot of mock drafts. So this could mean we will see him drafted later in round 1. Someone may trade up to draft him, or we may see him not even go in round 1 altogether. And we see Adam Schefter is reporting that the Tennessee Titans were really sold on their workout with quarterback Cam Ward, and they are determined to take him with the number 1 overall pick. As we see the Titans general manager already on the phone, and the Tennessee Titans draft room looks very excited for their upcoming pick. What's going on, brother? I'm not sure who the Bucs are taking. There's a couple of options for the Bucs, and Cam Ward's on the phone. The Tennessee Titans are making the call here, and the pick should be in very shortly for pick number 1. Hey guys, I got to give a big shout out to the wife. She's hanging out with us here today. Here, we'll get you a little sneak peek. See, she's crocheting, guys. You see this? This woman is so talented, man. I can't even tell you guys. Love you, baby. All right. Guys, we are so suited up and ready to go here. Got all the TVs going. Got the computer going. It's good hanging out with you guys here, man.
When you look at Shedeur Sanders, everything you want an NFL quarterback to be, he has.
And I tell you what, who the Buccaneers are going to pick is definitely one of those things that's been scratching my head over the last few days. Personally, I'm thinking that linebacker Campbell, Jamel Campbell, I can't remember his name exactly. I think he's a possibility, but he's now slid to the bottom of draft boards now because of that shoulder injury that he had last year. So we could see the Bucs go for a cornerback here. Man, wouldn't it be cool if somehow the Bucs could trade up and go get Travis Hunter? But hey, you can wish. All right, guys, let's get going here. Got to get your coat. Got to get your sodas ready, your drinks ready. You know, one of the best segments we do right here on Tim Reynolds Show. Here we go. That sound we all love. Woo, let's go. Cheers to y'all, man. And this will be the debate going on here over the night. Is what will happen after pick number 1 here. We're all expected to see the Tennessee Titans, who went 3-14 last year, select quarterback Cam Ward number 1 overall. But Shedeur Sanders, who was the Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year last year, is looking for his first NFL home as well. As we see the Tennessee Titans draft room all full of excitement here, as they're on the phone, more than likely with their new franchise quarterback, Cam Ward. Now, the big question here, guys, is will Cam Ward succeed in Tennessee? The Titans did go and address the offensive line over the free agency period here in the 2025 NFL offseason, but it's going to be a couple of bumps in the road for Cam Ward. But Ward has shown and proven that he's got creativity in the pocket, and he compares to Patrick Mahomes with the way he's able to keep his feet work and work around in the pocket and also find creative ways to get the ball to his wide receivers and to his targets on his offense. And not only that, we've seen Cam Ward with off-platform throws throughout last college football season, including against the Florida Gators, with a back arm throw across his body going when he was running to his left, throwing back to his right. And of course, this NFL comparison goes back to Patrick Mahomes, who's able to scramble and contort his body in the way where he's able to throw that football on target and on time to his receivers and to the targets that he wants to get the ball to. So with Cam Ward showing all those comparisons to quarterback Patrick Mahomes, he's definitely going to be a high commodity here for the Tennessee Titans. And we've seen he threw 158 passing touchdowns, the most by any quarterback in Division I history. So Cam Ward now is expected to go number 1 overall to the Tennessee Titans. And they always take their time, brother. That's just the way it works, man. What's going on? Army vet, got WWE Army in the house saying, "Go Bears." Guys, if I end up looking to my my side for a little bit more often than I usually do on these live streams, just know it's because there's a very beautiful woman next to me, so it's kind of hard not to. So, hey, it is what it is, man. She gets my motor going, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Had to make her laugh, man. Had to make her laugh on the live stream. You know how it is. Come on, boys. Uh-oh, and the pick is in for the Tennessee Titans. Uh-oh. Made her laugh too hard, guys. Holy crap. You all right? You all right? Okay. Charlie, checking on her, yeah? Mommy good? Mommy good? That's a good boy. What? You want to go see Daddy? Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Oh, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah. Oh, I love you. That's a good boy. Oh, here it is, guys.
With the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
And with the first overall pick, the Tennessee Titans select quarterback Cam Ward from the University of Miami. And congratulations to Cam Ward as he hugs his family. Oh, man! We got a trade! So sorry. We got a trade, guys! The Browns are trading the number 2 overall pick and a 4th-round pick and a 6th-round pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are trading the 5th overall pick. What was that trade? This is why I got Pat on, babe. Oh, my gosh. This is crazy. No way. No way. No way! The Jaguars get the 5th overall pick, the 2nd round pick, number 36, and the 4th round pick. Wow! That is a huge trade for Jacksonville. Holy crap, the Jacksonville Jaguars are now on the clock. The Cleveland Browns just passed up taking Travis Hunter. This is huge. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, babe, are making this move to go draft the running back, Alshon Genty. They're making this move right here ahead of the Giants. The Giants may have been tempted to draft Genty, so wow, man. I root for Jacksonville too. This is huge. This is huge, babe. Oh my goodness, give me that. Way to go, Jacksonville. They are on the clock now. This is a huge trade. They got a really good deal in this, babe. They got this number 2 overall pick, and they got the 4th overall pick. No, the 2nd overall pick in the 2nd round in this deal.
Wow.
This is a really good deal.
On the other side of the ball, he's going to be offense for Trevor, and then on defense with the quarterback spot being neat area, he'll figure it out. He has not had the benefit in college up until this point.
Oh, so they think it's Travis Hunter.
They missed 0 games.
So they're thinking it's Travis Hunter.
Special, and for Jacksonville,
That the Jacksonville Jaguars are trading up to get Travis Hunter. That would be crazy.
Something we've
This is nuts. Oh my gosh. You talk about a huge move here this is a huge move here, guys, for the Jacksonville Jaguars to get this trade done with a new general manager in James Gladstone and new head coach Liam Cohen. They are coming in swinging here and have traded to get the 2nd overall pick. And I wonder who they're going to draft. I am thinking they're going to draft Alshon Genty, but now I'm hearing reports it could be Travis Hunter.
That's it. Well, that's part of the ecosystem, right? Didn't he just talk about?
This is nuts.
In terms of breaking it up. Look, Deion did tell me, Deion Sanders, when I went out to Colorado.
I'm freaking out here, babe.
You see that?
This is nuts. Holy crap. Do you see my Jacksonville hat by any chance? There it is right there. Okay, guys. Jacksonville. The biggest trade right now that I've seen in the NFL in a while, guys. Jacksonville, I mean, really got a good deal here. All right, here comes the details. So Jacksonville will receive the 2025 2nd overall pick, a 2025 4th round pick, and a 2026 6th round pick. Oh, okay. And the Browns received the 5th overall pick and a 2025 2nd and 4th round picks and a 1st round pick next year. Okay, so the Browns end up getting the better part of this deal, it looks like.
Look, they received the haul, though, Green. I mean, look at that on your screen right there. You know, you have 2nd and 4th round picks this year.
This could be some picks here for the Cleveland Browns to be able to put together for them to be able to trade back up and draft a quarterback they want too. This is huge for Cleveland as well. Babe, where's my Cleveland hat? Okay.
I don't even know what a Cleveland hat looks like.
I see it. Woo! Watch out, guys. Wife's getting me. Okay, Cleveland and Jacksonville just made a huge trade, guys. This is big. This is big.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars instead have what they believe will be the best player in the draft. They're moving up to get that type of player. A huge swing from both teams, but both sides believe it's worth it.
So there's Travis Hunter there waiting to call.
This is nuts, man. Already in the 2nd overall pick, we have a trade between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns now trade back in the NFL draft, and the Jaguars trade up. They give away a 2026 1st round pick in this deal, where they also give up the 5th overall pick today, a 2nd rounder, and a 4th rounder in this draft as well.
So far in Jacksonville, you have to surround your quarterback with weapons. This is the ultimate weapon, the best wide receiver.
Okay, so it's being reported that Jacksonville might be taking Travis Hunter. Now, I've heard reports all week that running back Alshon Genty is a guy the Jaguars really love, and they were expected to pick him at number 5 overall.
Used to see this sort of wheeling and dealing. This is becoming much more commonplace. Young general managers in place, as was pointed out by Adam Schefter moments ago, and one of the youngest and the newest in the NFL, making a dramatic.
Man, that stage looks so cool, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all the colors too. And there is the 2024 Walter Payton Man of the Year, Teron Armstead.
While we are here tonight to celebrate the 32 young men entering the NFL, I'm honored to take a moment to recognize a player who's made a profound impact on and off the field.
The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year in 2024.
Player each year who best represents greatness and compassion both on and off the field and in the community. Tonight, we are proudly joined by the 2024 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, Eric Armstead.
It's Eric Armstead. Apologize, I butchered that name. But the Jacksonville Jaguars pick is in. Who did Jacksonville trade up to the second overall pick with the Cleveland Browns to get here to start this 2025 NFL Draft? And the chaos has already begun. Here we go.
Tonight, I want to encourage each player.
Come on, come on, come on.
Use your platform to make. As we remember.
All right, who's Jacksonville gonna pick, guys? Who's Jacksonville gonna go with? Here we go.
We have a trade.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns have traded the second pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ba-da-dun-dun-dun. Love that sound.
In the 2025 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter.
And the Jaguars select Travis Hunter. Cornerback, wide receiver, Colorado, the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner. And this is a huge trade for the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise, and I'm so excited for them. Go Jacksonville, man. Wow. Wow. Congratulations to Jacksonville, man. Wow. Nobody expected that. I hadn't heard one thing about that in the last couple weeks heading up to this NFL Draft. This is awesome, man. Oh, that's so cool. He put his hands on the Jacksonville logo. Wow. Man, Jacksonville's lucky. They got themselves a dog there, a playmaker. Ooh, that's a nice looking hat. This is going to be crazy. Liam Cohen's going to love this guy. Wow. I think he's from Florida.
How did they get a jersey with the name already on it?
So they have a jersey in the back already ready to go with the number 1, and then there's a press that's got the names, the last names of the people that are there in the green room. So they literally press it on as soon as they are walking through with the card. Someone's back there pressing on the name on a jersey. Your dad would probably think that's pretty cool. And Mama Bear. And I tell you what, this is a huge, huge pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars, drafting cornerback and wide receiver Travis Hunter, the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner out of the University of Colorado, and they're going to get a dog and a playmaker here, man. This is awesome. And now we got the New York Giants on the clock. What's going on, guys? Hello, Anton. Anton's in the chat, baby.
Hi, Nolan.
And when you're getting 2 for 1, I think it's important to talk about the stamina. Guys, it's hard playing football on one side of the football. Louis, you and I play defense. It's hard to play defense. And then to go sit on the bench.
Is this the guy that does both positions?
Yep. Yeah, they're showing it here. He's played very, very well on both sides of the ball. He's the number 1 wide receiver in this draft. And on most people's draft boards, he's the number 1 defensive back as well. So, oh, the baby crying. Do you want to go let him in? No? Well, just keep an eye on him. Draft night's family night, baby. I don't want to hear him cry. You gonna let him in for me? Pretty please?
He's just gonna Oh, the Buccaneers.
Well, you know what? He does that. Oh, and the Giants pick is in.
Standing by, she's got the number 2 pick in the draft. Verizon Business takes us down to the stage. Molly.
Thank you, Greeny and Travis. Jacksonville traded up.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
I mean, they ain't talking to each other to come on, so I'm super excited to be able to go back home and be able to play for an organization that thought I was worthy of trading up and getting.
What kind of conversations did you have with the Jags?
Brett, what's up, man?
See you play.
So I got the New York Giants taking Abdul Carter, pass rusher, outside linebacker from Penn State. He's supposed to be the best pass rusher in this draft, so I believe that's who they will take. You getting too chilly?
You mentioned that he's going home, Molly. His hometown in Georgia is about 374 miles from Jacksonville.
All right, guys. Beautiful Lambeau Field there for the 2025 NFL Draft. And we'll see who the New York Giants select here with the 3rd overall pick. The pick is in. And Don Hudson is the only player in NFL history with 400 career receptions and 10 interceptions. Wow, that's crazy. And the last player with 8+ starts on offense and defense was Deion Sanders back in the 1996 NFL season. What's up, SIF 217? Who was number 1, number 2? Number 1 was Cam Ward to the Tennessee Titans, number 1 overall. And the Jacksonville Jaguars make a trade with the Cleveland Browns for the number 2 overall pick. And they select cornerback and wide receiver Travis Hunter, the 2025 or the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner. And now the Giants draft room looks like they're ready. Although they all look really nervous as well. And the pick is in. It's Abdul Carter, defensive end, Penn State.
With the 3rd pick, 2025 NFL
Dun, dun, dun.
Giants select Abdul Carter, defensive end, Penn State.
And Abdul Carter goes to the Giants, where they needed a much improved pass rush here, and they get it. And now this means that the New England Patriots are on the clock with the 4th overall pick. Now the question is here, guys, because Cleveland moved back to pick number 5, does that mean Cleveland is going to draft quarterback Shedeur Sanders? I think there's a very good possibility we could see that here. Although, don't rule out running back Alshon Genty, especially with the Cleveland Browns having a need at the running back position here in this draft. Those are my 2 guesses for the Cleveland Browns. We got the New England Patriots coming up on the clock here next, and I'm predicting they're going to take left tackle Campbell out of LSU. I think they need some help desperately along the offensive line, so I think they're going to go and roll with that player. You are so damn beautiful.
Thank you, baby.
I love you. Yeah, Abdul Carter ready for his NFL journey. Oh, man, look at that. Nice, cool little custom handshake there for him and the commissioner, Roger Goodell. And we see Abdul Carter had 23.5 tackles for loss last season, the most in FBS. Let's go, man. Let's go. This is so cool. All right, cheers, guys. The New England Patriots are now on the clock. You tired? That's all right, baby. If you guys go to bed, I'm sure me and the chat will totally understand. You don't want to hang out with us, you know. It's all cool.
Hey.
Just take the kitties out with you.
This morning.
I know, baby, and I appreciate you chilling here for as long as you can. Maybe I could try to wake you up before the Bucs pick.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it'll be a little while before we get there, so. All right. And you just take the kitties with you? Can I get a kiss before you go? All right.
I spoke with James Franklin, coach of Penn State. I said, give me a good Abdul Carter story. He was talking to the boys. He said, hell yeah. Here's the deal.
I'll be right back.
All right, baby.
Abdul Carter, when he was in high school, Philadelphia kid in one of those says he opened
Appreciate you guys hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Right now, the top 3 picks are in for the 2025 NFL Draft. The big shocker thus far was the Jacksonville Jaguars trading up to number 2 overall with the Cleveland Browns, and they select cornerback and wide receiver Travis Hunter, the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner, 2nd overall, and now Abdul Carter, pass rusher from Penn State University, has been selected by the New York Giants. And now with the New England Patriots on the clock here with the number 3rd overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, I believe the New England Patriots are going to go offensive lineman here with Campbell out of LSU. Aww. Bye, kitty. Love you. Mwah. Good boy. Love you, baby. Always trying to escape. Bye, Betty. See you later.
Good night.
Good night. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. And the crowd there in Green Bay, Wisconsin is wild. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. So, wow, man, just reacting to this, dude. Like, what a big move for the Jacksonville Jaguars to trade up and get Travis Hunter. I think he definitely makes a big impact on that team on both sides of the ball. They need help a little bit on the secondary. They needed another playmaker at wide receiver, and they get it here with this deal. But they do trade next year's first-round pick, but Jacksonville's hoping that that's going to be a later-round pick anyways because they're hoping to improve themselves as a team and their record heading into next year.
I'd like to see how much Mara was doing this Boston card on this pick, as Ian Rappaport has reported that the Patriots pick is in. We don't know what it is yet, but they're saying the Patriots pick is in, so they're not trading out.
Yeah, thank God. It's probably going to be a Hall of Famer. The NFL card is saying the Mara thing you wonder.
And I'm also checking out here on Pat McAfee Show. Boston Connor looks very excited as it looks like the pick is in for the New England Patriots. What's going on, Brooks? Go Bucks, baby. Look, raise the flags. Here we go, bro. Raise the flag, baby. Woo! Let's go. Yeah, go Bucks, baby. Come on. The future is here, man. Future is bright. What's up, NFL Products?
I would say it's new. I just think it's like anything. It's like, and I think you got to be careful. I'm going to go on the other side of this because sometimes when a player is hesitant, oh, he doesn't love ball or he's not, you got to make sure it's just maybe a little lack of confidence because that's where mistakes are made. But how do you know? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Well, pro football is about confidence. I mean, you have that slight hesitation, and it may he's not finishing a play or.
Oh, yeah, go Fins. Shout out to my family. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so the number 4th overall pick with the New England Patriots is in as we wait to see who New England has selected here at number 4 overall in the 2025 NFL Draft. New England's had a very interesting offseason. They spent the most money out of anybody here in this 2025 NFL offseason in free agency. So they're hoping to have a quick turnaround with this New England Patriots franchise that has not been to the postseason in the last few years. So with that said, new head coach Mike Vrabel and new offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels could really do right with this top 4 pick if they're able to get a solid guy for now and for the future with this number 4th overall pick. Now, I believe Campbell, the left tackle out of LSU, will be the selection here for the Patriots, but we will find out. Bim, 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 bim. Dude, I know, NFL products. Dude, Travis to Jacksonville is crazy, man. He gets to go back to his home state of Florida, and I think he's gonna love it there. I think that's a great fit for Travis Hunter. He's got to be happy about that, man. And hey, you know who's the most happy about that? Is Trevor Lawrence, bro. Yeah, Lawrence is gonna be really happy. And it is Will Campbell. The left tackle has been selected by the New England Patriots with the 4th overall pick. The offensive tackle from LSU, Will Campbell, is the selection for the New England Patriots at number 4 overall in the 2025 NFL Draft.
How do you feel about this pick, and what does this mean for the Patriots in this new Vrabel era?
Well, you just mentioned Mike Vrabel. This is the first pick of the Mike Vrabel era, and it's kind of reminiscent of the MCDC Penny Sewell. You know, there's a new culture coming to New England. We've been talking about how awesome it was.
That's right, a new culture coming here for the New England Patriots, and they're going to start with a solid offensive lineman to help improve that offensive line for the New England Patriots. And offensive tackle Will Campbell comes in at just over 6'5", 319 pounds, and he's got big length for his size, but a short arm span, a short wingspan, if you will, was one of the concerning things or one of the knocks on him here as he came into the NFL draft. But you've seen him an anchor in pass protection and really able to handle SEC-style pass rushers one-on-one at the left tackle position, and he has shown with his athleticism to be able to do that consistently.
He toughs it out. He's not, a wuss. He's going to continue to play, whether that be left tackle or it be left guard. Say he comes in and sure, maybe his arms are a little too small, an inch too small. Hey, guess what?
And now we are hearing reports, too, that he may not play left tackle per se. He may go inside at either guard or even possibly center. But I think his natural position is going to be at tackle, either left tackle or right tackle. But we'll see at the start of next season what they do with Will Campbell, I should say. What's going on, Rick? Thanks for hanging out, man. Miss you too, brother. The Bucs pick is pick number 19 in this NFL draft. The Cleveland Browns are now on the clock with the 5th overall pick that they got in a trade with the Jacksonville Jaguars as we see Cleveland trades down. Yeah, Ego, what's going on, man? You gotta love that. Abdul Carter coming to the Giants. That's got to be a very, very happy pick for Giants fans as he heads to New York, where they desperately need him to improve their pass rush. And we see there the draft room for the New England Patriots. And we also see the New England Patriots watch party there for the season ticket holders. That's pretty cool, pretty cool. Seattle going to trade to the Giants? I don't know, Ego. We got to wait and see, but, wouldn't shock me. Right now the pick is in for the Cleveland Browns. I wonder who they have in mind. Now, it would not shock me here to see Cleveland select Shedeur Sanders.
Players that have been drafted thus far, for those of you who have not followed the process over the last few months, they've been the players that we were expecting to hear full time. Obviously, the huge shocker was Jacksonville trading up to number 2, and so the Browns are now on the clock. They will make the next selection, having traded back at number 5. In the meantime, Verizon Business brings us back down to the stage, and Molly is there. Campbell.
You think so, Shedeur's? I think so too, man. Cleveland was able to trade back. They still got a first-round pick. They get a first-round pick next year. They get a really early second-round pick along with their early second-round pick that they already got, which means they could draft Shedeur here and then trade back into the first round for somebody else that they really like, or even vice versa, select somebody here and then with Shedeur Sanders probably still being on the board, at least till the Steelers pick at 21, that's what the rumors we've heard, then we could see Cleveland trade back up into the first round here. Crazy start to the NFL draft, man.
This is the first time I stepped in there, so it was a complete honor to be able to have this hat on right now.
One thing's for sure, quarterback Drake May has to be happy.
No, Dion probably wouldn't want him to be a Cleveland Brown, I don't think, but I've heard Cleveland is very interested in Shedeur Sanders.
This night is not just about the analysis, but it's about the opportunity for these young men. By the way, the older football...
So Seattle's trading, no, you're saying the Giants, Ego, are trading back into the first round to get Dart. Well, that could be a possibility, but I don't know how many draft picks and assets the Giants have. And I don't know. It could be pretty sketch for them to trade next year's first round pick because there's a lot of good quarterbacks in next year's draft. So, I don't know. The Giants may serve well by just staying where they're at their second round pick. Oh my goodness, and the Cleveland Browns select defensive lineman Mason Graham. Wow. That is a big pick there. I didn't know if I seen that coming, but wow. Wow. All right. So now with that, this could be a slide for Shedeur Sanders as we get moving forward here. Yes, absolutely, Ego. Alshon Genty is going to the Las Vegas Raiders right here. Without a doubt, this is the pick for the Raiders. The fact that Genty's still here, he's at pick number 6. You get the best overall running back in this draft for a team that was the worst running team in the NFL last year in the Las Vegas Raiders. This is going to be a huge pick for Pete Carroll, the new head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. And man, Mason Graham going to Cleveland. Congratulations to the Cleveland Browns, man. That's a really, really good pick for them. Putting him alongside Myles Garrett, that's going to be a really good 1-2 tandem on that defensive line for the Cleveland Browns. Way to go, Brownies. Good pick, man.
And his ability to use his hands. You have to have strong hands to control the center, to control the guard, to get those guys off.
And Graham, a strong interior defensive lineman, big hands, a solid core, really able to have that body mass, that size that you need to go up against big NFL-size offensive linemen. So, thank you everybody for hanging out here on TimReynoldsShow. Please, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Our like goal here today for this live stream, hey, I'm thinking we can make it to at least 25, right? Let's make it to 25 likes here. We'll make that the like goal here as we try to reach 25 likes here on this live stream for the 2025 NFL Draft. Let's go.
Can he produce rushing the best? Let's go to the stage for Eyes in Business and Molly McGrath. Thank you, Molly.
Thank you, Granny. Mason, you are a tone setter for Michigan's defense. What kind of attitude and toughness are you bringing?
Oh, I'm loving that Cleveland Browns draft hat with the dog on it. That's cool.
Win a Super Bowl, so that's my one mission coming in, and that's what I'm going to do.
Hell yeah, dude. This is awesome.
Stefanski Stefanski's other loves, so I don't know if that's going to happen right now. You know, Cousins is an interesting one. Obviously, he's been showing up to Atlanta.
All right, guys, we're looking in at the Las Vegas Raiders draft room here. A little bit of excitement, not much going on here. I don't see Tom Brady, but there's Pete Carroll and Davis. Man, I think this is the pick here. The pick is in for the Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders, I believe, are going to select running back Alshon Genty. We'll find out here shortly.
If he is, he'd be sitting there going, how do we not take the guy?
Yeah.
It's a team that has a lot of holes, and one might think that taking a running back is a bit of a luxury for any with as many needs as this team has. We're going to find out right now.
And with the number 6 overall pick, the Las Vegas Raiders select running back Alshon Genty from Boise State University. Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations to the Las Vegas Raiders, who get a dog in this draft. Clearly the best running back in this draft class. Alshon Genty put up over 2,600 rushing yards last year, which was the second most rushing yards in a single season ever for a running back in FBS history in college football. And not only that, he also had over 1,700 yards after contact last season, which still would have had him leading the nation in rushing yards just with the yards he got after contact. Now, he's got a small frame. He's 5'8.5", just over 210 pounds. But, man, does he run with a lot of intent. He's able to break a lot of tackles. He's elusive, but also has power in his short frame, able to bounce off of defenders continuously over the season this year. I mean, the yards he was able to get after contact was crazy. And he almost led the Broncos to an upset victory over the Oregon Ducks early in the year. So, man, this is a big pick, a huge pick there for the Raiders. Red, Nick. Look at that, Mel Kiper Jr. coming around on the running backs. Thank you, Mel. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Remember, our like goal here is 25 likes here for the 2025 NFL Draft here on Tim Reynolds Show. Let's go.
Running back too soon. He goes, dude, we got Bucky Irving last year out of Oregon, and I will tell you, that guy was the fuel of our offense, and that's when everything went from. You mix Chip Kelly, Pete Carroll, and a guy who evaluates and loves the running back position. That's what
And we see the vision and elusiveness for Alshon Genty. And his NFL comparison is to Emmitt Smith, who is the NFL's all-time leading rusher. And Emmitt, man, that guy was hard to take down. Not only was he elusive, but he also was able to bounce off of tackles, just like we've seen from Alshon Genty. The contact and balance and burst and the way he runs the football, able to bounce off of tacklers and make big plays after contact on so many occasions last year. And that's why he compares to an NFL great, an NFL Hall of Famer in Emmitt Smith.
I think this is perfect for the Raiders moving forward.
Yeah, the caboose on that guy. You know, you get Coach Love, big asses at explosive positions.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Our like goal here on this live stream is 25 likes here for this 2025 NFL Draft stream here on Tim Reynolds Show. Let's go.
He can go in right now and play that way when you look at his body type and his run style, and he's done it. I mean, this is a great fit for beating those guys.
I know Genty's unbelievable, but how much has the recent success of the Jameer Gibbs and the Bijan Robinson up at the top of the draft impacted these backs coming out now?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, obviously, the financial component is something to look at. But at the end of the day, if you want to change the identity of your football team, this young man will do it.
And Alshon Genty's high school going nuts celebrating for him. So cool.
Remembering correctly, $20 million and then like $10 million, I think, is the way he was set up. Obviously, they moved on from Aaron Rodgers in a quick, abrupt way. From our journalism, we found that Coach Jake called him in. Actually, journalism. Our journalism. Our journalism told us that Aaron flew from one side of the country to the other over here, and he walked in, and they said, "Hey, good news, get the fuck out." And then he hopped on a plane and flew back, and his jet time was over. But with that being said, brand new era in New York yet again. Looking to do something that hasn't happened for the Jets in a long, long time. Justin Fields, obviously their starter. That is the money that they paid him moving forward. What are your thoughts on...
All right, guys, so the New York Jets are now on the clock. What's going on, Jefferson? So it's very interesting what the Jets could do here. I think a lot of mock drafts have them taking tight end Warren out of Penn State here, Tyler Warren. That would be a big playmaker for them for this offense that really has only got Garrett Wilson, and that's about it. I mean, Bryce Hall is a bit of a playmaker in the backfield, but there's also rumors that Bryce Hall could be traded here and during the NFL draft as well. So can't rule anything out yet. All right, so the pick is in for the Jets, and we'll see who they've selected here in the 2025 NFL Draft here at pick number 6. Or pick number 7, my apologies. Bum, 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 pop, mow, wow. Beautiful green room there for the NFL draft prospects who were invited back there. There's Will Johnson, cornerback there for the Michigan Wolverines. And the beautiful Lambeau Field all lit up here at night. Fans look like they're having fun.
Penn State tight end, and then Harmon in Missouri. We'll see what they think.
Oh, another right tackle. Let's grab.
The New York Jets select Harmon, Missouri.
Congratulations to the New York Jets. They get a new tackle. He is not in the draft.
Okay, so the pick is in, and it looks like the New York Jets, with the number 7th overall selection in the 2025 NFL Draft, select offensive tackle Harmon, offensive tackle from the University of Missouri. And the Missouri Tiger offensive tackle has now been selected. Number 7 overall. First, our first surprise sort of pick here. At 7th overall, the Jets get the second best tackle in this draft, but the best right tackle in this draft. And he has shown the power to be able to defend against premier pass rushers in the SEC. So hopefully this guy will be able to come in and solidify a spot along that offensive line for this New York Jets football team. And Carolina, who's only been on the clock here for a few minutes, the pick is already in for the Carolina Panthers. Now, coming up after the Panthers pick is New Orleans at number 9 overall, and this is a spot where we could see a quarterback selected with the number 9 overall pick. So we'll see what happens there, but first off, we're going to see who the Carolina Panthers select here with the number 8th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.
In the NFL, and over the years, the reactions of the fans, the stuff of draft day legend.
Woo! What's going on? Fanatic Trev in the chat. My Aunt Dawn in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Man, look at all those emojis you get when you sign up for a membership on Tim Reynolds Show. Guys, don't forget, man, memberships are now live on my YouTube channel. Make sure you guys sign up. I appreciate all your guys' support and all of you guys being fans of Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get up to 25 likes here on this live stream for the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. And Jets fans look excited for their pick. Even though it's not a very exciting draft pick, an offensive tackle is a very good selection here for the Jets, especially for their new head coach and their new general manager. It's kind of a safe pick if you think about it. And we see a lot of other experts like Peter Schrager saying the Jets were very happy that Amembu was there, the offensive tackle out of the University of Missouri, the Missouri Tigers. And they're very, very happy with that selection. It looks like that's the guy they've been looking at since they started this process. So congratulations to the Jets getting the guy that they wanted.
I just could see 5 years from now some Jets fan calling me up and saying, I can't believe we drafted freaking Harmon over Tyler Warren. And I'll say, hey, you needed the right tackle, boys.
Trace, you remember what Membu was looked at, like where he was projected going into the combine before he went and did great?
Yeah, not up this high. It was, you had the Texas kid, of course you had Will Campbell, and everyone was saying Ohio State, Simmons, all these guys. Membu wasn't in that conversation just yet.
So interesting, Membu, I guess, has jumped up draft boards after an impressive NFL combine. So this is our first surprise pick here. A little bit of a stretch inside the top 10 for the New York Jets. And a lot of people can't believe that they passed on a premier talent at the tight end position in tight end Jalen Warren.
There's a lot of teams that have offensive tackle, 1 or 2 in their needs in the first 20 picks. So I don't know how you can ever go wrong taking an offensive tackle. We talked about big forward.
And that's usually the case here too. Oh, what's going on, Sam? Thank you, man. You know we had to get styling and profiling. What's going on, Eddie? Thank you guys for hanging out, man.
94% of the playoff games come down to a 2-minute drill, the last series thing. So,
Yo, shout out to my friend, dude. Shout out to my brother, Fanatic Trev.
94, 95, whatever it takes. I think it's been like 2 games.
Cheers to you guys, man.
3 games in the last 2 or 3 years that have not gone down to the last series.
All right, so we're at the number 8th overall pick here in the 2025 NFL Draft. The Carolina Panthers are now on the clock. Their pick is in, but we are still waiting to receive the info. Cheers to you too, Sam. Love you too, brother. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate you. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Oh, yeah. Going to be a lot of interesting picks coming up here. I'm really excited to see New Orleans at number 9 because we could see Shedeur Sanders drafted to them with the number 9 overall pick. But if they don't draft him, this could mean Shedeur Sanders could fall all the way to the Pittsburgh Steelers at pick number 21. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens there. Okay, the pick is in, guys. Oh my goodness! And Teratoa McMillan, wide receiver from the University of Arizona, has been selected by the Carolina Panthers with the number 8th overall pick. Wow. We heard a lot of rumors about this guy really being liked by a lot of NFL teams, and he was moving up draft boards over the last 2 weeks. But, man, I don't think anyone expected him to go inside the top 10. A really big playmaking wide receiver should help out that Carolina Panthers team.
I love big receivers. Big receivers. Throw me the damn ball. I mean, because he is open because of his catching ratings. And he plays that way. I thought 2023, the change for 23 offense. So you got to see him run a lot of different routes. And, excellent pick. You want to help your quarterback? This is how you do it.
And you're right. This guy should definitely come in and be able to help out the quarterback, Bryce Young. Should be a very, very good pick for the Carolina Panthers. 6'4", 219 pounds, the wide receiver out of the University of Arizona. Has big playmaking skills with that lengthy body, a big wingspan, able to go up and make very good catches, even with very good coverage. And the pick is already in for the Saints.
And I love this pick for Bryce Young because you give him a bigger body to throw the football. Currently, he was throwing Xavier Legette and Adam Thielen. So now you're giving him a bigger body, bigger catch radius. He doesn't have to be as accurate. But when you talk about the contested catches on the college level, if you can't get open and come.
Oh, yeah, guys. Thanks for hanging out here on TimReynoldsShow. What picks were made while I had to shower, Tim? Hey, Tim, it's your favorite niece, Ella. I just wanted to say hey, and we love you so much. And Isabel says hello as well as everyone else. Oh, thank you, girls. Love you, girls. Thank you so much. What picks were made while I was in the shower? Well, NFL products, I don't know what picks you were missing thus far, but we'll go over them here in just a second for you guys. Had some connection issues on one of my TVs here. So Cam Ward went number 1 overall to the Titans. Travis Hunter goes number 2 overall to the Jacksonville Jaguars after they traded with the Cleveland Browns. Abdul Carter goes number 3 overall to the New York Giants. The Patriots select offensive tackle from LSU, Will Campbell. And then the Cleveland Browns, who traded with the Jacksonville Jaguars to move back to number 5, get Mason Graham, the defensive tackle from Michigan. The Las Vegas Raiders get Alshon Genty, the running back from Boise State. The New York Jets select Ahmad Emembu, offensive tackle for the University of Missouri at number 7 overall. And now the Carolina Panthers select Teratoa McMillan, wide receiver from the University of Arizona at number 8 overall. And now we're waiting to see the number 9 overall pick here for the New Orleans Saints. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on the channel. Well, hey, Kyle, I'll tell you what, though. He fits with the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is definitely a place where he's going to be able to play both offense and defense because they do need some help in their secondary for that Jacksonville Jaguars defense, and they need another playmaking wide receiver to go next to Brian Thomas, who they drafted last year in the first round, and he's a tremendous wide receiver. So now you have a good 1-2 punch at the wide receiver position for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I know quarterback Trevor Lawrence is going to love the fact that they drafted Travis Hunter, but so is the defensive coordinator for the Jacksonville Jaguars, because you're going to be able to get a guy that can come in as a slot corner and really shut down at least the wide receiver he's facing on the defensive side of the ball, however many snaps they end up doing that, or however they end up divvying out the offense and defensive duties for Travis Hunter. I think it's a great pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And dude, fantasy pick? Yeah, man. I mean, he's got to be a big fantasy pick, right? At least I would think so. And we see the Seattle Seahawks, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New Orleans Saints have had the longest active droughts of drafting a first-round quarterback. The Saints haven't drafted a first-round quarterback since 1971. The war room looks antsy as we see the Saints draft room here as the New Orleans Saints' new head coach, Kellen Moore, waits to see who his first draft pick will be in his head coaching career. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that, man. What's going on, Daniel? Happy Thursday, brother.
Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle, Texas.
And here we go with the number 9th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The New Orleans Saints select Kelvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle from the University of Texas, and one of the Texas Longhorn greats. Left tackle Banks Jr. is headed to New Orleans. This is a great pick for the New Orleans Saints and should most definitely help out that offensive line. But now with this pick in, this is now the big question here. What happens to Shedeur Sanders? Look out for somebody else to sort of try to trade up before the number 21 overall selection if they are in love with quarterback Shedeur Sanders. And a 6'5", 315-pound offensive tackle, Kelvin Banks Jr., definitely showed off the skills to be able to protect in the tough SEC conference. And with the skill set he has at that left tackle position, he should be able to transition to the NFL game pretty well. He played well at left tackle for the Texas Longhorns, was probably their best offensive lineman last year. So hopefully this means that the New Orleans Saints get a great tackle for years to come with this pick.
With the very best of them, and the New Orleans Saints need it. They're one of the very worst teams in the NFL in terms of pass block win rate in 2024.
And that's right. The New Orleans Saints were one of the worst teams on pass block win rate last year in the 2024 NFL season. And now the Chicago Bears are on the clock with the 10th overall selection in the 2025 NFL Draft.
He under the last 10 picks straight up in offensive lineman from defensive lineman for Mickey Loomis and the Saints. He understands how to build this team. Yeah, he may need a quarterback, but this is a young man. He's got to play. He's got to finish a little bit more, finish his blocks. But
I love this pick. Good pick for the Saints. Wait, it's the Saints. I don't love this pick.
In the second round. Meanwhile, we have an update on the scheduling release. Laura Rutledge and Colleen Wolf join us. Laura.
Ladies and gentlemen, NFL fans everywhere, hold on to your hats because boy do we have an announcement for you live from the heart of the NFL Draft right here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. That's right, Colleen. The schedule release marks a pivotal moment in the NFL calendar. It sets the stage for a thrilling season. Yeah, this is where we get to geek out over every single game and bye week, the primetime revenge and rematches, those late season divisional dates that end up deciding playoff spots. And who's playing at Lambeau in December? Ooh, we're going to have to find out. You'll find out soon, okay? How about these rookies, the players who are drafted here tonight?
How many guys do you need to put down, though? How many guys like solid going into the season?
I mean, you want to put value on it. I think if you're going to say you need at least 4 number 1 picks, we're talking about the amount of value they go.
Holiday cheer like watching your team destroy another. So, without further ado, everybody get it together, mark your calendars, set your alarms. The schedule will be dropped on May 14th. There we go. Lock it in. We can't wait. You can tweet it out.
All right, guys, we're waiting to see who the Chicago Bears will select with the 10th overall pick. The NFL is definitely taking their sweet butt time.
I think Campbell will have a great time. Run in pass, but Coach, he's got it up front. Coach, Campbell just came from Philadelphia. Yep. Obviously, this is just like Ben Johnson. So the Bears, first thing Ben Johnson does coming out of Detroit with their great offensive line, load up the Bears offense. Coach, he's got it up front. Coach, Campbell just came from Philadelphia. Yep. Obviously, this is just like as well. The schedule release will stream on ESPN Plus.
What's up, Mick Foley? It's Rob. What's going on, brother? All right, so far we're through the first 9 picks in the 2025 NFL Draft. We've seen 1 trade thus far. The Jacksonville Jaguars traded up to the 2nd overall pick to select Travis Hunter.
The Bears even more loudly than they booed the commissioner. Here comes Roger Goodell to announce Chicago select.
Yesterday, the NFL family lost a true legend, Bears Hall of Famer Steve McMichael. My heart is with the McMichael family during this incredibly difficult time. Missy, please know that you are in our thoughts and prayers. Mongo's
Rest in peace to Steve McMichael,
game in the community.
a NFL Hall of Famer for the Chicago Bears.
Will continue to inspire
He passed away
generations to
earlier this week at the age of 67.
50 years ago, with the 4th pick in the 1975 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears selected one of Steve McMichael's teammates and closest friends.
I like Travis Kelce better.
And 110 touchdowns over 13 seasons, all with the Chicago Bears. As you heard earlier, the NFL continues to honor Sweetness, not only for his performance and excellence on the field, but also his commitment to give back to his community. With the Walter Payton.
All right, guys, we're waiting to see the selection for the Chicago Bears.
The Chicago Bears select Colston Lovelin, tight end, Michigan.
Oh, and tight end Colston Lovelin out of Michigan goes to the Chicago Bears. And this is a big pick for Chicago. I thought they could have drafted Tyler Warren, the tight end out of Penn State. But now it looks like the Chicago Bears get the playmaking tall tight end out of the University of Michigan. And the draft room for the Chicago Bears looks full of excitement here.
Picks from now, but look at Colston Love with his shoulder injury. He's going to be fine, ready for camp, no issue there. He had quarterback problem in Michigan, but J.J. McCarthy moving on to the NFL. His 56 catches, single season record for a tight end, so he was still productive. He can stretch the deep middle. He's a tremendous athlete. He snatches the ball with his hands. Blocking needs to improve, but what did they want? They have Colt Kmet.
And yeah, we see Colston Lovelin was a very, very good playmaking tight end last year for the Michigan Wolverines. He's got to get a little bit better in pass protection and in run blocking, but he's shown skills at the tight end position to be able to transition to the next level in the NFL. And with nowadays how big the tight end position is used in the NFL, he should be a big playmaker and a big pass catcher for this offense here for the Chicago Bears, as they draft tight end Colston Lovelin out of the University of Michigan with the number 10th overall pick here in the 2025 NFL Draft.
If you go 12 personnel, right, with 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and you go sub and put a defensive back on the field, this guy will maul a defensive back in the run game. If you go with a light box and go nickel, because he will block your rear end off. This is Ben Johnson. This is exactly the kind of chess piece he wants, man. Caleb Williams too. He has to be looking at him going, this is perfect.
Colston Lovelin, the third tight end selected by the
And the crowd there in the home, or where Colston Lovelin is having his watch party, is full of excitement.
next on ESPN.
Go Fins! Ooh, the Miami Dolphins pick is coming up here in just a couple of draft selections. Right now, we are at the number 11th overall pick. The San Francisco 49ers are on the clock. The pick is already in, though.
In yards in that national championship game. Fun fact, he was Idaho Gatorade Player of the Year. So in Idaho, what does he do? His dad said he woke up at 5 a.m. every single day to bring cows.
So the San Francisco 49ers, who went 6-11 last year, are now on the clock. And who will they select here with this number 11 overall selection? I would expect them to go defense here. I think along the defensive line, I think is where San Francisco will go here. No, not yet, NFL products. Not a Seattle pick yet. I think we're about 5 selections away from them.
10 is perfect. Tweet me out whatever you want. My favorite pick of the draft so far is Colston Love. That offense, that coordinator, that quarterback, and then to also have Roma Doomsday on one side. I love this. DJ Moore, I love this. Colston Lovelin could be like, one of those breakout rookie tight ends that we get every so often.
Now we had Brock Bowers last year with the Rams, obviously broke some records. Mad Mo, do you feel the same way as Peter Schrager?
I do absolutely love Colston Lovelin. Had him a little bit lower on my pick for the Tyler Ward. What I'm most excited about, though, is now for the next 5 months, we're going to hear about how the Bears are going to the best pick ever. We might as well cancel the rest of the draft. There's no reason to do it. That goofball Ben Johnson, he's going to go there.
He's a great coach.
Well, you saw the video when he first walked into Hallett's Hall looking like a fucking goofball.
Man, the Pat McAfee show is killing it, man, with Mad Mel Kiper. The pick is in for the San Francisco 49ers as we wait to see who their selection will be here.
Where he should be.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to go back up with your point you made about matchup. So if you look at coverage, Jimmy, we always talk about the one piece, the corner. The 2 piece is either a nickel or somebody. The 3 piece is either a linebacker or an inside.
Welcome back to Green Bay. The San Francisco 49ers are on the clock at number 11. You're looking at a picture of Shedeur Sanders, who is in Texas tonight waiting to hear his name be called. Now, it has been one of the big storylines leading up to this draft that if Shedeur Sanders or any of the quarterbacks lasted beyond the 9th selection of the New Orleans Saints. Take a look at the teams who choose here.
So right now, The only team within picks 11 and number 20 that could possibly look to draft Shedeur Sanders would possibly be the Seattle Seahawks at pick number 18. But I'm just not seeing that happening here. So right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers seem like the next destination for Shedeur Sanders.
They don't take him at 21, then it's possible Shedeur Sanders could slip out of the first round and into the second round on Friday night.
All right, Shefty, thank you very much. And obviously, at any point, a team could wind up trading up and in, so we'll have to wait and see how this unfolds. In the meantime, our house announcer, Alan Roach, has an announcement.
Please direct your attention to the main stage video screen for a special message from United States service members stationed at Yokota Air Base.
Yeah, hey, look, NFL, I agree with you, man. You know, that free agent deal that they signed with Sam Darnold is technically only like a 2-year deal, even though it's a 3-year deal. So they paid him a lot of money for this upcoming season, but if he doesn't do well, they can get out of that contract without much dead cap room and could possibly draft Shedeur Sanders here. No, Russell signed with the New York Giants. And just like I thought, Michael Williams, edge rusher, has been selected. The edge rusher out of the University of Georgia is the selection here for the San Francisco 49ers.
Michael Williams in 2022 as a freshman led Georgia's national championship team in sacks. He plays the jack linebacker position in Kirby's defense.
And this is a big pick here for the San Francisco 49ers. And now the Dallas Cowboys are on the clock, and we'll see who Dallas is looking to select here with this pick. So edge rusher Michael Williams from the University of Georgia goes to the San Francisco 49ers with the number 11th overall pick at 6'5" and 260 pounds. He was the best pass rusher for the University of Georgia. So a very nice pick here that should help improve the San Francisco 49ers defensive line. And now up on the clock is the Dallas Cowboys. And the pick is in for the Cowboys, and we'll see who they select. So with this pick being in, that means shout out to my boy Fanatic Trev in the chat, my brother. Hey, that means the Dolphins are on the clock, baby. And yeah, the San Francisco 49ers get the return of defensive coordinator Robert Saleh, who had an unfortunate stint as the head coach of the New York Jets where it did not work out for him. But now he's able to return to the San Francisco 49ers franchise where he had a ton of success being their defensive coordinator. And now with this pick of Michael Williams in the first round with pick number 11th overall, they're hoping this edge rusher will help improve that pass rush for the San Francisco 49ers defensive line. And now the Dallas Cowboys were on the clock, but the pick is in. So we'll see who the Dallas Cowboys select with the number 12th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.
With the 12th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Booker, guard, Alabama.
And Tyler Booker, offensive guard, Alabama, has been selected with the number 12th overall pick from the Dallas Cowboys. Tyler Booker played in 38 games at the University of Alabama, and now his dream of becoming an NFL pro has come true as he gets selected number 12th overall to the Dallas Cowboys in the 2025 NFL Draft.
Movement's not his game, but as a guy that has a power, rocket speed, he can drive off the ball. Not what they say his pass pro skills at Alabama were excellent.
And I love this pick for the Cowboys. One Hall of Famer retires in Zach Martin, and you draft another guy who's getting...
And that's right, with the retirement of a future Hall of Fame guard in Zach Martin, Dallas definitely needed this pick and selection here to help solidify that offensive line.
You don't need to pull him around the edge and allow him to get on corners. Allow him to go downhill and displace the defenders and climb to the second.
And man, Booker seems very excited. But now, shout out to my brother Trevor in the chat, who's a huge Miami Dolphin fan. The Miami Dolphins are now on the clock here with the number 13th overall pick. And we see Tyler Booker, who's just over 6'4" and over 300 pounds, really showed his size and how well he was able to block top interior competition in the SEC conference for the University of Alabama. Probably their best offensive lineman. The interior was blocked very, very well with him at the helm.
He got a little top heavy, but look, that's why offensive.
Listen, you talk about him over the last 24 hours, but negative protection obviously with Tyler Booker, but that's the guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think part of working there because of the content-driven around the football team. I was actually surprised to hear what you guys love. Frankly, I mean, I think he's as natural a leader as I've ever worked with. I mean, the work ethic that he has and it translates to that. That's a hell of a locker room. That's going to be a good football team this year. I do. I think there'll be 10+ wins, playoff caliber football. I think Brian will do an excellent job. He's prepared for this. He's been there 3 years. He knows the do's and don'ts.
And we see Mike McCarthy, the former Dallas Cowboys head coach, giving a big compliment there to Brian Schottenheimer, the new head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, in their first-round selection here, going with offensive guard Tyler Booker out of the University of Alabama. Now, the bummer part here for you, Fanatic Trev, and the Miami Dolphins is that was probably a pick that I would have thought the Dolphins would have had, or Kelvin Banks, the offensive tackle out of Texas. Those were kind of my guesses for where Miami was going to go. So now it's almost a question of, does Miami reach for another offensive lineman here, or do they go with best available player? I'm very interested to see what they do here.
I got the Cowboys pick right. Let's go. I'm back on the train. Let's go. Come on. He was fired up in here. Tell me about Booker, brother.
All right, so Booker, everyone who talks about Booker is an Alabama comparison, basically to Will Anderson.
Ooh, Trevor thinks offensive tackle out of Michigan? Okay. Well, they need offensive tackle. They need offensive linemen bad. They really do. Offensive line and defensive line and the secondary on the defense as well is where the Dolphins need to focus their draft picks.
It's like the little pistons, his feet in the ground, watching the push this dude can get. I mean, like as a defensive player, when a guard is a big, strong guard and he pushes people around, I'm not like, you pay attention.
And yeah, Tyler Booker is a big, strong guard and should be able to compete at the next level here in the NFL. A great selection for the Dallas Cowboys. Dun, 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 dun. And that's right, guys. The Miami Dolphins pick is in. Who will the Dolphins select with the number 13th overall selection in the 2025 NFL Draft?
Last year took a Super Bowl chance. That was kind of a question coming in with Fletcher Cox on the defensive side retiring, Jason Kelsey retiring and moving on, and obviously they rebuilt and went on a run. What was it like having Zach Martin, one of the all-time great guards in that building?
I mean, Zach, he's a yellow jacket all the way through. I mean, great leader, super pro. I mean, I can't say enough about him.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach a like goal of 25 likes on this live stream here tonight.
This is the right thing. Yellow jacket, not gold, huh? You can be whatever you want, Pat. It's your show. I'll get tired of getting corrected up here. I'll tell you what, this is bullshit.
You say yellow jacket was awesome. I've never heard that sentiment before. We need you to talk more, not less. I'm going to start calling Hall of Famers as yellow jacket. It is? Yeah. They try to soup it up with saying it's old. I think it's a yellow jacket. No problem with that. The Miami Dolphins are on the clock. AFC East problems, these Miami Dolphins. Bubblegum Pino obviously in the truck right now. Wondering what the Dolphins are going to do to get them back in Super Bowl contention.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Fanatic Trev. What's going on, man? Shout out to Ego as well. Yeah, the Fins do need help in the secondary, but I really do think they're going to go offensive line here. And Miami Dolphin fans supposedly want Tyler Warren, the tight end, out of Penn State. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. We'll try to bring you guys a little bit more info as best I can. But right now, just waiting. And they go with defensive tackle Kenneth Grant from the University of Michigan, the consensus top 4 defensive tackle in this year's NFL Draft. And the Miami Dolphins go with defense.
There was some teams or some mocks that had Kenneth Grant going in the first, but it was a lot later in the first. Now he is
A bit of a surprise pick this early for Kenneth Grant, who was expected to go near the end of the first round. Here in pick 13, a lot higher than I think a lot of experts predicted he would go. And now the Miami Dolphins have their guy to replace Christian Wilkerson, who they lost a few years back. And there's the draft room for the Miami Dolphins. And head coach Mike McDaniels likes the guy they got. At 6'3", almost 6'4", 331 pounds, Grant is a big NFL size defensive tackle and should translate to the next level pretty well.
Cheers to the Colts getting better and to all dreams coming true here in beautiful Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And Pat McAfee losing his mind because he thinks the Colts are going to select tight end Tyler Warren here with that pick.
This is a yellow jacket crowd, and there's a McAfee jersey down there, which I'm very thankful for. Let's go down to the draft game. AB Tone, the Colts, obviously, to bring in Daniel Jones.
should compete with Anthony Richardson. That's going to be an open competition. Good luck to both men. What I'm hearing from Anthony Richardson's...
Yeah, I would have thought they would have went secondary here. I really thought, and don't get me wrong, I like this pick. He's a very good defensive lineman. This is a very good pick for the Dolphins, but I think they needed more of a secondary piece rather than a defensive lineman piece. But hey, you know, they've made their selection and now they'll have to live with it. Definitely an excellent player.
These picks have had a very distinctly different feel cap from the first 13 a year ago.
Yeah, Grady, what a difference a year makes, right? Last year, the first 14 picks in the draft were all offensive players. That is the longest streak at any point in the common.
And last year in the 2024 NFL draft, we seen the first 14 picks were all offense, the longest streak in the common draft era. In 2025, the first 13 picks, we have 9 offensive players and 5 defensive players, and only 1 quarterback selected here in the first 13 picks. And the pick is in here for the Indianapolis Colts. And Pat McAfee, a former Colts punter and a huge Indianapolis Colts fan, believes Tyler Warren is the pick here.
The 2025 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Tyler Warren.
And this is the selection. With the number 14th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select tight end Tyler Warren out of Penn State. An excellent pick here, an excellent draft pick for tight end Tyler Warren. Or I should say an excellent destination.
Became a New York Giants, Theo Johnson did. That opened up the opportunity for Tyler Warren to become a focal point in this offense. He was a chess piece. They were creating.
Yeah, definitely, Trev. The Dolphins really need to look secondary or offensive line in the second round. And this is a great pick for the Indianapolis Colts. I like this pick here. I can't imagine the Colts thought that Tyler Warren would still be here at pick 14. And now the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock here at pick number 15 here in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. We're almost about halfway through the first round, guys.
He can do so many things as that versatile check. That's why I thought he may have been a New York Jet. They passed on Bowers and they passed on Warren for the O-lineman. That allows a guy like Tyler Warren. After Lovelin went a little earlier, Tyler Warren goes to the Colts, and a major need for them was tight end.
When you sit and you talk to this young man, Green, you just kind of go, this dude is just a flat-out football player. He's a flat-out athlete. He was a 3-sport player in high school. He played baseball. He played basketball. You see some of his basketball highlights. They're ridiculous. They're throwing out.
And this guy was a premier athlete in high school, also a multiple sports star playing basketball. Tyler Warren has shown he's got the ups to make the big catches, but he's also had a big playmaking ability on the offense where he's played 45 snaps at quarterback, 150 snaps in the backfield. He's had over 1,100 at tight end and over 545 snaps at slot wide receiver. And he's also lined up at center one time and split wide 165 snaps in his college career. So this guy's definitely a big selection for the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, Ego, a Giants fan, thinking the Giants will trade back into the first round. And we'll wait and see. That's a very interesting take there from the Pat McAfee show. Could we see Tyler Warren in at quarterback for a few offensive plays next season for the Indianapolis Colts? I think it's definitely possible. No, honestly, Ego, I think Jackson Dart is going to the Giants, but I think he's going there in the second round. I don't see any of these other teams past the Pittsburgh Steelers drafting a quarterback. I think the Steelers personally are going to draft Shedeur Sanders at 21, and then we're not going to see another quarterback drafted until the second round. That's what I think. I think the Giants are going to stay put, and they're going to be able to draft Jackson Dart in the second round. I've also heard reports that Tyler Shook out of the University of Louisville is supposedly a strong prospect for the Cleveland Browns in the second round. So something to look forward to. Right now, the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock with pick number 15 overall here in the 2025 NFL Draft. The Atlanta Falcons need pass rush help. So, to me, they are definitely going defensive lineman, pass rusher here, possibly outside linebacker. I think that's who the Atlanta Falcons really need to focus on. What's going on, Jamie? He wants to know who the Steelers are drafting and who the Eagles are drafting. Hey, hello, what's up, sir? Welcome in Indonesia in the chat. What's going on, man? Hell yeah. So, yeah, Jamie, to answer your question, I think Pittsburgh needs to draft Shedeur Sanders. I think that's a perfect sort of franchise and spot for Shedeur to go. And honestly, right now, he looks like he would be the week 1 starter if he goes and be's on that team. And even if Pittsburgh ends up signing Aaron Rodgers, talk about a great situation for Shedeur Sanders to be in, to be able to learn behind one of the greats, Aaron Rodgers, for a year. I think, honestly, when you look at the end of this draft, if the Pittsburgh Steelers select quarterback Shedeur Sanders, I think by the time we get to the start of the NFL season, especially if Aaron Rodgers gets signed to them, I really do think that we'll see the Pittsburgh Steelers as one of those teams that had a pretty good offseason, especially getting wide receiver DK Metcalf. But look out. We have heard reports that the Steelers could trade back because they don't have a second-round pick right now, trading that to the Seattle Seahawks. So watch out for that. And as far as who's the Eagles drafting, I'm hearing reports of possibly outside linebacker. I'm thinking linebacker position for the Eagles is where I think they're going to go. But don't rule out secondary because there's a lot of these secondary pieces right now that are falling in the NFL draft that a lot of these experts and a lot of these mock drafts had a lot of defensive backs being chosen in between picks like 11 and number 25. So right now there hasn't been really any defensive backs besides Hunter taken off the board. What's going on, Conrad? Yeah, Eagle, a lot of experts have Dart going before Sanders. I'll tell you this, Eagle, if Shedeur Sanders falls to the second round, then that to me would be the possibility where you could see Dart being chosen ahead of Sanders in that second round. But I really do think that Pittsburgh will be the team to draft Shedeur Sanders. I really believe that.
Is there any, so where does it come, 21 now? Is there a chance that a second quarterback comes at 21? Do you think there's a chance that someone potentially trades back up into the draft, or are we potentially done on quarterback?
Wait a second, visitor. Hold on. Here we go, folks.
It's awesome. You know what? There's a porta john literally 10 feet away. Thank you, boys, for carrying this business. You're doing a great job.
Let's go.
Love Pat McAfee show, man.
All the way into the second round.
Woo!
Second round, right? Brady Quinn, two Notre Dame quarterbacks.
Feels weird? Jamie, it can't feel weird. That's what every NFL fan wants. You want the 32nd overall pick because that means you won the Super Bowl. That's your goal, dude. People always talk about having the best overall draft pick. That's not it to me, dude. To me, you want to win the Super Bowl and go with whoever you can get at the 32 overall pick. If you like somebody that's inside that top 10, trade up there and get them.
It's always important to the players when they go because you want to get drafted as high as possible because there's some
Man, look at that beautiful Lambeau field. They got the fire pit going. Nice, cool lounge area. People hanging out and enjoying the NFL draft. Man, looks like a lot of fun being there for those fans, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Tyreek, dude. Hell yeah. Congratulations as a Raiders fan, man, Alshon Genty is a huge piece for them. He's going to fit in Pete Carroll's offense very, very well.
The longest continuously used stadium in the National Football League. So a special place to hold this.
All right, the pick is in for the Atlanta Falcons as we wait to see who they select here at number 15th overall. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Remember, our like goal here for this live stream is 25 here for this 2025 NFL Draft.
The Atlanta, then the Arizona Cardinals on the clock after them, then Cincinnati, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Denver rounding out the top 20. Here's the commissioner with the Falcons.
All right, and the pick is in. With the number 15th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select edge rusher Jalon Walker from the University of Georgia. Much needed pass rush help for the Atlanta Falcons, and they finally get it here.
Tackles and 6.5 sacks for the Bulldogs as they won the SEC. He was a 5-star and a Gatorade Player of the Year coming out of high school in North Carolina.
And Jalon Walker, who was a Gatorade Player of the Year coming out of high school, now is selected 15th overall. He's going to the Atlanta Falcons, where he should make a big impact along that defensive line.
This guy is heavy hands. He jumps out opponent's back. He's quick to trigger as an off-ball linebacker. Physical taking on blocks. This kid, number 11 in every game Jordan played this year, guys.
Excellent pick here for the Falcons. And they look happy about it there in their draft room.
Very similar to a linebacker that plays for the Cowboys named Mike Parsons. His ability to line up.
And wow, a lot of people have compared this 6'1 linebacker who weighs 243 pounds out of the University of Georgia. A lot of them compare him to Micah Parsons. And he wore number 11 for the Georgia Bulldogs, and definitely was a fierce pass rusher around the outside. But he also played as an inside linebacker where he was able to blitz and show his versatility, not only playing on the outside, but also playing on the inside, even playing spy on the quarterback and being able to get to quarterbacks that had a little bit of scrambling ability. He's got the power, too, to go up against big offensive linemen as well, including, we see in here, wrapped up against Banks. Oh, man, where he just gets around the big left tackle that was selected ahead of him in the draft to get the sack on Quinn Ewers for the University of Texas. And from Salisbury, North Carolina, Javon Walker there with his family, the standout linebacker from the University of Georgia, is now headed to the Atlanta Falcons.
Be able to play low because this dude is coming now, and he comes with a lot of fury. I'm looking forward to see what they do with it in order to get the pass rush they need.
Going to that point, if the coach knows the key and just keep trying to get their Falcons have been trying to fix that pass rush since they finished. This is another effort for Raheem Morris.
The Bucs have not selected yet. They're coming up at pick number 19. We're coming up here soon on their selection.
This is the first time the Falcons have used a top 15 pick on a defensive player since Vic Beasley in 2015.
Hell yeah, Jamie. Anytime that you can make a run in the playoffs and win a Super Bowl, that's something to be cherished.
Money as a tool to help all the people we.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. I gotta hit the restroom here before the Bucs pick gets up here, so we'll be right back. Please chat, hold it down for me here. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Hold it down, chair. We'll be right back, chat. All right, guys, we are back. What's going on, Corey? And it looks like the Arizona Cardinals pick is in as the draft room is hyped up there for the Cardinals. Defensive tackle Walter Nolan, just over 6'3", 296 pounds. A defensive tackle out of Ole Miss. Also started his college career with Texas A&M, where he's been a bruiser on the inside. And he most certainly was an impact player for that Texas A&M squad and was a big playmaker on the defensive line for the Ole Miss Rebels last season.
Dun, 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 dun. You mentioned it, Pat. Every single year, all Cardinals start out 3-0. They play a good team. They get their ass on. And they catch him when he's on.
You talk about taking gas, playing on the offensive side of the line of scrimmage. When they move him on stunts and he's slanting and they're running TTs inside meeting tackles. He is disruptive.
And now the Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock.
They got a heck of a player.
Booger, you said it. ESPN ranked him the #1 recruit in the country coming out of high school in 2022. And now after an outstanding season at Ole Miss, he's an Arizona Cardinal. The celebration is on with the family, the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow's team on the clock. We'll hear from them after this from Green Bay.
Bum. Good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. Sweet Caroline. Bum. And it looks like the pick is in for the Cincinnati Bengals. And the crowd there at Lambeau Field is losing their mind. Yes, the Bengals have to go defense here no matter what. No matter what.
On Tuesday when I was with you, like if they take Mike Green or Shamar Stewart or whoever the defensive lineman is, it's unfair to the kid because immediately you're going to compare him to Trey Hendrickson, and it's like, well, you can't do that. They have to at some point start addressing the fact that this guy might not be there. So I would think defensive line pick's not in yet. Could go a variety of directions, but trust me, the Bengals know how bad it is.
Yeah, the Bengals here, Cincinnati Bengals, definitely need to select a defensive player here at number 17 overall. All right, guys, get your drinks ready. We're ready to go right here on Tim Reynolds Show. Woo! Bum. Cheers to you guys, man. Bum. Oh, and the boys there on Pat McAfee's show says it's a little homey there with all the people there in Lambeau. They're in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yeah, they better take defense because I'm not afraid. You know, the Steelers scored 40. The Pittsburgh Steelers of 2023 scored 40 points on the Bengals last year in a victory. You know, and pretty sure they've had those two wide receivers in Burrow for a few years now, and I think they're 14 and 13 when they play together over the last 2 years or whatever. So no, unless they shore up that defense, which they might. But no, definitely not worried about the Bengals.
There's a potential alleged defensive end going to Cincinnati. Is what the conversation is. Matt Bell, we assumed defense was going to be the way the Bengals were.
And the pick is in for the Cincinnati Bengals. They are hearing rumors that it could be defensive linemen for the selection here in the first round for the Bengals. They most certainly need help on the defensive side of the ball. But to me, I'm kind of shocked. We're here at pick 17, and we haven't seen any of these defensive backs off the board yet. So right now, Seattle could be one of those teams that look at defensive back here at pick number 18. And even the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could also look at improving their secondary here at pick number 19.
He's in his 30s. He's amazing. We all know that. But we're probably not going to give him that big money, so let's draft someone with a rookie contract. I said on your show this week, like, that's going to be the position. And it's unfortunate for the kid that if they get rid of Trey, every Bengals fan is going to say, wait a second, he's not doing what the guy before him did.
Well, maybe he does, though. We don't know. We're not really sure how this guy's going to be. Coach McCarthy? Yeah, I think the biggest thing, too, number one, I don't see...
Talking to Trey Hendrickson about a new contract, but his two shots still have not gotten close to a deal. So in the interim, the Bengals are expected to look at his spot for more pass rush help.
And the pick is in for the Cincinnati Bengals as Commissioner Roger Goodell heads to the podium. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Our like goal for this live stream is 25 likes for the 2025 NFL Draft. And the pick is in with the 17th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The Cincinnati Bengals select edge rusher Shamar Stewart, defensive end from the University of Texas A&M.
All right, so he was a top 10 national recruit coming out of Miami.
And this is a big selection here for the Cincinnati Bengals as they make this pick here, especially with the contracts situation and the contract extension situation not solved and not resolved with defensive end Trey Hendrickson. So this pick was one that the Bengals needed to make sure that they improve that pass rush heading into next season. And with Shamir Stewart, who's 6'5", 267 pounds, he really wrecked a lot of offensive linemen, a lot of offensive line guys in the SEC for that Texas A&M defense. He really shows off the quick swim move, the speed, the athleticism. He's lined up along at so many spots along the defensive line, including interior. He's also a pretty good run defender, but can most certainly get to the quarterback as well. And now the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock here with pick number 18 in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft.
He has the potential to be a double-digit sack guy in the National Football League. A lot of disruption, not a lot of production, but the tools are there. Mike Tomlin has a saying, if the guys didn't need coaching, I wouldn't have a job. He needs coaching, he needs to understand his pass rush move and how to finish at the quarterback. That's what the NFL
does. What a hug there to the commissioner.
And I just wonder how this is going to impact Trey Hendrickson and what they do with him.
You know, they need somebody like Trey Hendrickson around.
So right now, Sam, Shedeur Sanders is still the number 1 overall player left on the board. What's up, Motown Mitch? But I'm really curious who the Bucs are going to look to take here, because they come up next here with pick number 19 after Seattle, and pretty much every single top defensive back is available right now. I would not be shocked to see the Bucs go with Will Johnson, the cornerback out of the University of Michigan. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Our like goal here is 25 likes here on this live stream. My Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming up next with the number 19th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. But right now, the Seattle Seahawks are currently on the clock here in round number one at pick 18. Thank you, Welch. Appreciate that, man. Yes, Sam, on my board. Yeah, listen, dude, I got a lot of guys on my board, to be honest with you. Really, there's a handful of guys that I'll be happy with the Buccaneers picking, and I have no clue whatsoever who they're thinking about taking. Right now, for me, I didn't think Will Johnson would still be there, the defensive back out of the University of Michigan, so I guess, I mean, that might be my guess there on who they're thinking about selecting, but you never really know until the pick is in. And it looks like the Seattle Seahawks pick is in. And Seattle Seahawks fans are most certainly excited to see who their team is going to select. Another wide receiver for Seattle? Is that what we're thinking here? I would think Seattle would be smart to go with one of these defensive backs.
Obviously, you guys from the Packers know a pretty important person over there, Schneider. Your guy, you respect the shit out of him, and we've heard you talk about him the last 24 hours about how much you love his football acumen. Tough decisions he had to make over the last couple of years. Gino, Pete Carroll, TJ Metcalf, Lockett. It's a whole new era over there in Seattle.
Yeah, definitely got a tremendous amount of love and respect for Zone. And, you know, it would beat him, man. It's an unbelievable one.
I'm really interested here, too, to see who Seattle's going to pick.
Especially if they feel really good about their two tackles, those young tackles they taken in the draft, Charles Cross and Abraham Luke. If they feel really good about those tackles, then I agree with Mel. Attacking the interior of the line is the way to go.
A quick note as we await the commissioner, there's been one trade so far. The fewest in any first round in the common draft era is 3. We'll see if those start.
And it looks like the Seattle Seahawks are going with offensive line. With the 18th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Gray Zable, offensive guard, North Dakota State. And a big offensive lineman, a versatile offensive lineman, now will join the Seattle Seahawks at the number 18th pick overall in the 2025 NFL Draft. And now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. Let's go, baby. Man, so many interesting picks here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I have to think that the Buccaneers are going to go with secondary here. There's a lot of choices for them to decide with. I have heard reports that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could look to trade back as well. Right now, we've only seen one trade here in the first round. So, at pick number 19, maybe this could be a spot where a team looking to pick a quarterback, maybe Shedeur Sanders, trades back up into the first round here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But it's going to be interesting to see what the Buccaneers decide to do. I think if they stay here at pick 19, they're going to go with a secondary player for that defense with this selection. That would be my guess. And I could not tell you who exactly the pick will be. We do need some help at pass rusher and some more depth at linebacker as well. But I think that right now, with how many big plays the secondary gave up last year, I think it's important for the Bucs to get a secondary piece here, especially with how many of the top secondary guys are still available. Literally all of them.
No, and we're talking about a whole new identity for this team. They fired their offensive coordinator after just 1 year, so they're trying to get something else going here too. Gray Zable was not only the star of the Senior Bowl, but really impressed everyone at the Combine too. I was told this week Gray Zable would be a top 20 pick.
Thanks, Sam.
Tell me, I'd be shocked if he fell out of the top 20. That's pretty high praise for an interior lineman, most likely in the NFL, out of North Dakota State. And once again,
Motown Mitch has got Seattle taking a wide receiver. Yeah, Sam, that's my guess right now, because I thought Will Johnson would be gone at this point, but he's not. And Motown Mitch thinks they're going Campbell here. Well, Campbell has possibly a shoulder issue, an injury that he's dealing with. So.
Ian Rappaport tweeted, he's a former lefty pitcher who threw in the low 90s. Yes. Whenever he was in high school. They're getting an absolute dog up there, Mac Bell.
Yeah, I hope he's great at football because a lefty pitcher throwing in the low. This fucking guy could make 350. Playing Major League Baseball. But you look at the Seahawks, you know, the coach talking about the physical flexibility. Obviously, you can't.
And you know the Seattle Seahawks are in a full rebuild, and they need to be able to, you know, start from the interior and build onward.
Obviously, Gino was underdressed quite a bit this year. I love this pick. Again, I hope this kid pans out because it looks like he may have turned down a potential, Hall of Fame base. He's fucking throwing 90 miles an hour in high school as a lefty.
And with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pick in, I believe, with the timer stopping here, who will the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select? Yeah, Motown. That's actually probably a good guess, Motown. Campbell, the standout linebacker and pass rusher from the University of Alabama. I think he would be the pick for the Detroit Lions at pick 28. I really do. Sam, you right, dude. All hail, Bucky. Hell yeah. Yeah, rounds 2 and 3 to me are always a little bit more interesting. And it looks like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pick is officially in, as now we await Commissioner Roger Goodell to see who my Tampa Bay Buccaneers are selected 19th overall.
Buccaneers are on the clock, and Adam Schefter tweeted that they are picking. So I guess that means they're not trading. Is that the conversation? Because they're saying now on the internet, there is a lot of phone calls happening for the rest of this first round. Allegedly, right now, there's a lot of activity.
So, right now, Adam Schefter is reporting the Buccaneers are picking here. So my speculation was right that it looks like Tampa was looking to trade back. What's up, Big E? I'm thinking Will Johnson, the defensive back for the University of Michigan, I think would be the pick here for the Bucs. And allegedly, a lot of phone calls are happening right now for teams looking to trade up into the first round for quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Go Barron? Huh. Maybe. I mean, I guess Barron would be a guy that they could look at. All right, but the pick is in for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Come on, Tampa Bay! Holy crap!
In the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Emeka Ibuka, wide receiver.
And Emeka Ibuka is the selection for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The standout wide receiver from Ohio State gets drafted to the Tampa Bay Bucs. Wow. And I was not expecting this, guys. I like it. I mean, another weapon for this offense. He's definitely one of those guys that should fit in. But, man, we got a lot of wide receivers now as the 6 foot, 270 or 217-pound wide receiver. He ran a 4.47 at the combine in his 40-yard dash. And as we see the highlights here, he was able to get open a lot for the Ohio State Buckeyes offense. A bit of a surprising pick here for me as a Bucs fan. I thought for sure Tampa Bay was going with a secondary selection here for the defense, but instead they get a big playmaking wide receiver out of the University of Ohio State.
bit about what's going on with Chris
Or I say the Ohio State University.
2025, because this is not for certain. Mike Evans getting a little bit
For real. It's going to be hard stopping our offense.
trying to think about why this may have happened. You kind of have to start like following the breadcrumbs.
It also makes you wonder if you're Tampa, who's going to rush the passer? Brady, you said we were thinking defense. Yes. They need an edge rusher. They signed Hassan Reddick on a one-year deal. They need more shoots coming off the edge in this Todd Bowles defense.
Well, Booker, you live in Tampa. You've been telling me all along they were going to go defense.
Everyone told me they were going to go defense, and again, they did.
But again, this is not in any way a reflection on Emeka Ibuka, who was a terrific AFC top.
I'm really shocked here, guys, to be honest with you, man. And now the Denver Broncos are on the clock, and there's Emeka Ibuka, the wide receiver selected by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the 19th overall pick. To me, I think this is a little bit of a reach for them, but it is a good draft selection for the Bucs.
This is an excellent addition. Yeah, you remember that clip during the national championship before the Jeremiah Smith, inside fade on third down from the basically win the game. Ibuka was on the sideline talking to Will Howard, saying like, hey, when we get this coverage, we need to run this. So you're talking about like knowing football too, having him. They got McMillan last year from Washington, who's also a young receiver that they re-signed Godwin too.
Let's head into the draft game. Strange, did we know wide receiver was coming to Baker Mayfield's offense?
I mocked him having McMillan there, but he's gone. I love Ibuka. Here's the one story I got on Ibuka. You guys know it well deeper than I do. I don't follow the college game. At the Combine, a decorated head coach had lunch with me after meeting with Ibuka and was physically and emotionally just completely blown away by the kid he just met. He's like, that guy can marry my daughter. That guy can be the captain of our team as a rookie. That guy was unbelievable as a character person. So you put him in that room with Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan and of course Chris Godwin. You never have enough good wide receivers. They say you want to have it like a basketball team, all different sizes and different roles. He plays a role that they don't currently have. So Ibuka, you guys know him well more than I've never met the kid. I hear unbelievable things. He goes.
So a good pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Emeka Ibuka, wide receiver out of the Ohio State University, is the selection for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So this is who he's played with: Marvin Harrison Jr., Jackson Smith and Jacob, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Jeremiah Smith, Cardell Tate, and he's the dude. And he's a four-time All-Time Big Ten. Four-time All Big Ten. Like, it's crazy.
Big pick for the Bucs here. Not where I thought they would go with this selection. I almost for sure thought they'd be going defense here, but instead.
The Packers up to love a guy like that. Obviously, we'll see what they do. He's not a fucking diva. That's the big thing. I mean, Diggs just mentioned he played with all these guys, never bitched, never pouted, never hit the transfer portal. Said, "Fuck this, I'll go to jerk off state, be the number one guy for 100, 200."
And that's right. This guy's definitely a big team guy here, and now the Denver Broncos are on the clock here at pick number 20. Now, this is the pick that supposedly a lot of people are trying to trade up to ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers, possibly for quarterback Shedeur Sanders. But yeah, I'm really surprised, honestly, man. I thought the Bucs would definitely go with defense here in the first round, and man, they get Emeka Ibuka out of the Ohio State, adding another big play wide receiver to this wide receiving core. And man, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver room is stacked right now. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, on Big Carry, I thought it would have been Matthew Golden if we were selecting a wide receiver. As you see, the best available there. I thought for sure Will Johnson was going to be the pick, the cornerback from the University of Michigan.
Sean Payton is a winner, and I assume whatever pick they make is going to be the right one. Coach McCarthy, how do you feel about Sean Payton, and how do you feel about everything he's done?
I think he's definitely, you're seeing his football team coming.
And now the Denver Broncos pick is in at number 20th overall in this 2025 NFL Draft. Yeah, Shy, I was just saying that, man. Maybe they just felt like they couldn't pass up on a premier wide receiver like Ibuka. He's got like the best hands supposedly in this draft as far as wide receivers go. And he's not a diva either from what's been reported and whatnot. So I thought Matthew Golden was the wide receiver that the Buccaneers were coveting and possibly looking at in the second round if they were going to look at a wide receiver early. So
What are your thoughts on what the Denver Broncos are looking for?
It's my guy, Sean P. I know he liked Lovelin. He really liked Ibuka. He liked Genty, but he also liked a defensive player. I'm not going to say anymore.
Tipping picks.
No, it's not tipping picks. No. Here's the safety.
and now the pick is in for the Denver Broncos.
Sam is a 17-year-old Broncos fan. Bravely battled cancer.
What's up, London?
Looks good.
His wish is to announce the first-round draft pick for his favorite team. Please join me in cheering on Sam as his wish comes true. Take it away, Sam.
With the 20th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Jahdae Barron, DB, Texas.
And Jahdae Barron, cornerback from Texas, is selected by the Denver Broncos here at 20th overall. A bit of a surprise selection here, I believe.
And the boys over there, how do you feel about this pick, D?
I mean, I love this pick. Already a pretty good secondary, especially the quarterback position with the reigning defensive player of the year, Patrick Surtain on one side.
And now
On the other side,
they'll see Jahdae Barron, cornerback for the University of Texas, now gets paired up with defensive MVP and player of the year,
he can cover it, he can tackle, he can do everything on the outside.
Patrick Surtain.
Last year in Texas, so he can play anywhere.
Absolute dog. Speaking of, joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, the general manager of the Seattle Seahawks, John Schneider. Thank you for joining us. A lot of people here in Green Bay sending their love. Thank you for taking the time. You roll with Gray Zable. Can you just chit-chat about that a little bit in the middle of this transition time for your Seattle Seahawks?
Wow, thank you everybody for hanging out here on TimReynoldsShow. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And now the Pittsburgh Steelers are on the clock. And what will the Steelers do here at number 21 overall? I'm excited to find out. And guys, don't forget, our like goal here on this live stream is 25 likes here for the 2025 NFL Draft here on TimReynoldsShow. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, dude, Harry, the crowd is definitely still going wild, dude. Should have taken an edge. Well, there was a lot of the top edge rushers already taken off of the board. So I was just a little surprised we took a wide receiver here. I thought for sure we'd take a defensive player here at this selection at number 19 if you're the Tampa Bay Bucks. So
yeah, absolutely. You guys won't get those Seahawks in work with us. He's actually the highest, offensive lineman or highest guard we've taken since Hutch was here. And yeah, just sorry for creeping in on that. Sorry.
And I tell you what, guys, I really do think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going with Shedeur Sanders here at pick number 21 overall.
We just love adding this kind of guy to that group.
Coach McCarthy and A.J. Hawk have been singing your praises, brother. You need to know that.
My guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Johnny.
Coach, what do you think of his pick?
Yeah, love the pick. I mean, God, I can repeat everything I said. John, great pick.
He also said trust the board, right? They know what
Trust the board, and then, he's done this.
And there is the Pittsburgh Steelers draft room. The pick is in. And we'll see who the selection will be for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have to imagine that Pittsburgh is going quarterback here.
But we're waiting to see if this is the spot. Shedeur Sanders finally here. His
his name called. The Steelers have no second-round pick. That went to Seattle for DK Metcalf. So they're sitting here with a pick. We talked about Derek Harmon. Derek Harmon, defensive tackle out of Oregon, could be mentored by Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward can't play great forever, right? He's a Hall of Famer, but he's nearing with 2 more years, maybe 3. So you bring in maybe Derek Harmon. How do you feel about Shador at 21? Adam at 5. The story is
Whoo! Very, very interesting to see what happens here, man. Wow, still can't believe it. Ibuka, wide receiver for Ohio State, goes to the Buccaneers at 19.
and there's Shador sitting there, and you have no second-round pick. Where's the other?
All right, here we go.
With the 21st pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, Oregon.
And wow. So Derek Harmon, defensive tackle for the University of Oregon, is the selection for the Pittsburgh Steelers here at pick number 21. And this now means that Shador Sanders will more than likely fall out of the first round of the NFL Draft unless a team chooses to trade back up into the first round for the standout quarterback from the University of Colorado. But let's not forget, guys, also, we have quarterback Jalen Milroe also in the green room, the quarterback for the University of Alabama. So
Basically, they're going to pair him up with Cam Hayward and Keanu Benton and try to shore up that middle because they shored up the linebacker last year. And then you
and this is a big man, Derek Harmon, the defensive tackle coming from the University of Oregon, 6'4.5", 313 pounds. Excuse me. And they're hoping that Derek Harmon, who played a few years at Michigan State, and then this past year played at the University of Oregon, where he was able to be a run stopper for that defensive line there for the Oregon Ducks.
That was 5 hours long there, and I thought, if there is a guy who can unilaterally say, you know what, screw it, that's my guy, let's bring him in, it was Tomlin. Truth of the matter is, if you're in the Aaron Rodgers game, and you're trying to convince Aaron to come, and you're even trying to still be in the Aaron Rodgers game, the last thing you would do would be draft a quarterback tonight, and they go to Aaron and be like, no, we still are really committed to you. So this to me tells you you're all in on Rodgers. This tells me you're all in on Rodgers, and you're going to give help to Rodgers so that he can...
It looks like reports are saying the Pittsburgh Steelers could be all in on Aaron Rodgers, especially with them passing on a quarterback here with the number 21st overall selection. And now the Los Angeles Chargers are on the clock. Man, still in a little shock here for the Bucs pick, that's for sure. What's going on, Z? Hey, what's up, Blake? What's going on, Reese? Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show.
If you're a Steelers fan, you better pray to God, you better pray to Aya, you better pray to whoever the fuck you pray to that Aaron Rodgers shows up into town. Okay, Aya lost to the God, but you know what? Of course. Hey, Aya, Mother Aya, you know, however the hell the kids are saying it these days. Because listen, Tom, you can wax poetic, you can say whatever you want.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please don't forget, guys, to hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show on YouTube. And check out my memberships that are now live on my YouTube channel as well. You guys can sign up for those. Right now, it's been a crazy 2025 NFL draft thus far, but maybe not as crazy as some people expected. I thought for sure we'd see more trades at this point in the draft, but unfortunately, no trades yet, besides at the very first, the second overall pick in this draft was the only trade we've seen between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
He was at Big Night Out. He was great. I love Duck. Duck's everywhere. He's in the cup blind too last week. I think he came out duckless
Pittsburgh Steelers, they've been caught in a purgatory almost. Middle of the pack, winning season. Obviously, as Tomlin said, able to win no matter how many players, no matter who he has. But because of that, they never really get like a top 5 draft pick. So Steelers fans are like, yeah, we're okay with winning seasons, but we need more. Does this help, you think, Coach Michael?
I'm a lifelong Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Always will be. I'm prepared to say this. I said it earlier.
As we wait to see who the Los Angeles Chargers will select with the number 22 overall pick here in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. We have not really seen the amount of defensive backs selected that you would have thought up to this point. And the Chargers are definitely one of these teams who would be looking at secondary help here, I believe.
18, 19 years, whatever.
You better re-sign TJ. Wow, yeah. You can't trade for the Packers tonight. I heard. TJ is. I heard that too. This place will go wild.
You ever heard this song, Nina? You know, going to a PWI, predominantly white institution, you learn all pretty quick. I don't know about the PWI.
So the top available players, as Mel's best available players come out, it's number 1, quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Number 2, defensive back Will Johnson. The running back Omari Hampton from North Carolina. Offensive tackle Josh Simmons at number 4. And number 5 is Matthew Golden, the wide receiver from Texas. And those are the top 5 best available players right now on Mel Kiper's big board as we wait to see who the Los Angeles Chargers will select at number 22 overall.
This place has been electric all day. All day around this entire stadium. It's different here in Green Bay, man. It's a movie. It's a movie.
I don't want to take pot shots, but just, after being in that shit.
Yeah, big carry. I think you might be right, Big E. I think definitely the Packers should go with defensive back or wide receiver. But they may not prioritize wide receiver like a lot of people were predicting.
Hey, Shrag and Toad, why don't you,
Somebody is on that loud pack.
and there's some really funky, skunky, stinky, icky, floating through the sky here in Green Bay. And I appreciate it, to be honest.
And Charger fans are hyped up and ready to see who they select here with the number 22 overall pick as we look in the draft room here for the Los Angeles Chargers.
Michigan players are left out. No doubt. Yeah, Will Johnson. So Minter obviously was with him in Michigan, and this is not lazy. I know that they absolutely love Will Johnson. They also love Kenneth
Brown, Herb Warner, undrafted free agent. Peyton Manning didn't hit the league like Ryan Leaf or Phil Coley. Take the number 1 overall. Matt Ryan, Jake Long went ahead of Matt Ryan. They took him so far suffering from Cat Henning over Matt Ryan. Hockey guy, how's that work out, right? Drew Brees, second round. Chargers and Miami didn't take him. Goes to New Orleans, right? How's that working? Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. Kirk Cousins, 4th round pick. They're all positional drop back pocket passes. I didn't mention greatest of all time, Tom Brady, 6th round pick. But just think about that. The NFL didn't like him back when Johnny Unitas came out of Louisville. They didn't like him now.
And the clock is running out on the Los Angeles Chargers. I wonder if they've decided on what pick they're selecting or if they're thinking about trading this pick here. With time running out, only 20 seconds left to go on the clock for the Los Angeles Chargers.
Your Sanders plays point guard in the pocket, and maybe they're not valuing that in the first round right now.
But you know what, folks? It does do something special. The first thing that quarterback whispers, guys who we respect some more, quarterbacks, that the first thing that they talk about when they're talking about what does it take to play quarterback at a high level in the NFL, they don't.
Hell yeah, dude. Z, I've been killing it, man. Trying to work hard here, make the dream happen here on TimReynoldsShow.
Accuracy. That's what they say. Shedeur has made great decisions in the pocket, outside the pocket. When he's getting
And the pick is in for the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm thinking they're going to go with secondary here or wide receiver.
He's a nice passer of the football. It's as simple as that. He just is. what this comes down to, look, I'm going to look at try to look at this from a team perspective, right? Every team likes, teams like players. It's just a matter of what price do they want to pay.
Oh, thank you, Shy. I appreciate the sub. Thank you guys for hanging out on the channel. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like button. We're only 4 likes away from our goal of 25 likes here on this live stream. And guys, please feel free to donate and sign up for memberships on Tim Reynolds Show on my YouTube channel. Hey, I hope so, Z. I hope so, man. Hey, all good, Big E. I appreciate you, man.
Which he's totally capable of. You're going to sit back and continue.
Or either of the Ohio State running backs are sitting on the board. Let's let it fire there. Let's do it. You can.
I haven't been on in the past few months of streams since my mom caught me on my phone. I should have been sleeping and I got it back. Hey, sorry to hear that, Z.
I thought the Browns made out pretty well in that trade going back to 5, especially getting a 1 next year. Anything in the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 picks that stood out to you since the last time we did this? I mean, you had Genty, Barron, Ibuka going to. Hold on, we got a pick from the Chargers coming in.
And now the Chargers pick is in.
Los Angeles Chargers select Hampton, running back.
And the Chargers go with a running back, Omarion Hampton, running back out of the University of North Carolina. After getting Najee Harris in free agency, I definitely did not see that pick coming for the Chargers. So, some surprises here from some other teams in the first round.
Sharpies are getting tossed at Big Mike McCarthy and showcasing his hands. He talked earlier about plucking the ball. That's what McCarthy's doing with these jerseys. And it's really phenomenal work. Coach is helping out AJ. The Chargers go with running back, D-Buck.
And the Chargers go with running back Omarion Hampton out of the University of North Carolina, which means now the Green Bay Packers are on the clock here at pick number 23. And the running back is 5'11", almost 6 foot, weighs 221 pounds, and he showed at the University of North Carolina that he's got the skills at the running back position, not only to break tackles, but to be patient, getting to the holes on the offensive line and finding ways to make things happen. Very versatile, a hard guy to bring down and tackle when he runs the football.
He was always the number 2 running back in the draft, also statistically over the last 2 years. So he had 1,700 yards and 16 touchdowns in 2023, 2,000 yards and 17 touchdowns this year. The only player that had more yards at the running back position the last 2 years was Genty.
Oh, wow.
Quietly one of the best running backs in the country.
And Hampton, quietly one of the best running backs in the country last year, as he gained over 2,000 yards rushing last year, only trailing running back Alshon Genty. So here at pick number 22 in the first round, the Los Angeles Chargers are hoping they found a gem and a guy that can most certainly help their run game next year. And now the Green Bay Packers are on the clock as fans here in Lambeau Field get pumped up and ready to see who their Green Bay Packers will select here at the number 23 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.
Someone dropping if they can pounce. It's a really interesting draft.
Hey, the Green Bay Packers on the complete opposite end of that. They don't take number 1 wide receivers. No, Matthew Golden is sitting there. Do you add a weapon that has a 4-2
Right? If you're Green Bay, do you select here the standout wide receiver?
It was always destiny to have Gold. It feels like having that guy that takes the top off. Watson, he's had his problems in the past with the hammies and things of that nature. Dobbs is great at those jump balls.
What's that, Matt Bell? What's that?
If they don't fucking pick this guy, I'm gonna throw this microphone as far as I fucking can.
No. That'll be 11. You got a good arm.
I'm just saying, listen, okay, I understand the Packers' history, okay? They don't necessarily need the first-round guy. They've had a lot of success picking guys in the second round. I'll just be frank with you, they've done a lot of work on the offensive line. I don't want them to pick another fucking offensive lineman, okay? I don't need a plug-and-play guy. Jordan Morgan, hey, great pick last year. Played 3 fucking games, okay? 3 fucking games.
Jesus, Mel Kuiper. Mad Mel on Pat McAfee is going nuts.
I think they trust their board. They really do. I mean, I think this is, you know, I'm feeling the heat over here. You know, I think Brian Goodman's done a great job.
It's not bad. I just don't. First round.
You know, this
First round, I'd rather.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, look him horns. I mean, he's a great fit.
All right, guys, thank you for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're about to find out who the Green Bay Packers will select here at number 23 overall in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Yeah, me too, Mike. A lot of edge rushers were already off the board, which I think is why the Buccaneers pivoted to a wide receiver that they thought they just couldn't pass up on. But for me, I thought for sure they were going with secondary at that pick, or even trading back. I would have picked both of those options.
However they tell it. Back select Andres, the kicker from Miami.
That's how you get the matchups.
Yeah, edge would be great. Corner would be great. There's a Mark Murphy head over there. Just into it, kicker. No, we're good.
Man, I'm really interested to see how crazy these fans. Oh, see, this stream's gone over an hour and a half. We're almost at 3 hours long.
We have 23,000 people in here. We are streaming from
Jerry's, he was on the yacht. I was in Green Bay at the barn. Great place. But, and he's like, hey,
let me feel free to subscribe. We're 280 subs away from 823. 30 No.
All right, still 2 minutes left on the clock, under 2 minutes now, as the Green Bay Packers are still on the clock. Yeah, we've been going for almost 3 hours now.
Under 90 seconds.
There's so much work goes into this sport, and I know there's super involved in this and so forth.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, and feel free to donate or sign up for memberships that are now live on Tim Reynolds Show on my YouTube channel.
No, we didn't expect them to be here. And then you see Ian Rappaport tweeted out that they're fielding calls right now. There's a lot of people that are calling the Packers. Hey, you guys definitely don't want to take a wide receiver right now. Matthew Golden's still available. Maybe we
the pick is in.
23. They're saying the Chargers were taking a lot of calls. They made a pick.
And the pick is in for the Green Bay Packers.
You asked him to. The reason why he ran so fast, he said, I promise you.
I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. Sam, you look like you're excited for your pick, man. Hampton's a very good running back. Should definitely be a good player for that Chargers offense. And now the Green Bay Packers pick is in.
First round tonight. It's been a fascinating first round. Again, we've had only one quarterback come off the board. We've had only one trade. There have never been fewer than 3 first-round trades. And the last time that we had that few was back in 1971. So the Packers will make their pick here at 23. Their division rivals, the Minnesota Vikings, will be up next at 24, followed by Houston, and then the Rams. So we continue to wait for spots for a quarterback.
Can't hurt me this year.
Well, if the Bucs come out to it, the internet is saying, Wigg's back there, the pick's in, let's go. We're in Green Bay. Maybe a little dramatization here. But I think you got it. I think you got it really fast.
Here we go. We got 5,000 people in here.
Guys, we're looking at possibly seeing the Green Bay Packers select a wide receiver here.
And here comes Roger Goodell, who's the man responsible for getting the draft in Green Bay, Mark Murphy.
To make this historic pick, please give it up for
Let's go, Mark. Mark announcing this pick is perfection.
two-time Super Bowl
Let's go.
champion and
Let's
Packers
go, Mark.
President and CEO
Hell
Mark
yes.
Murphy.
Let's go, Mark. Look at that pop. Look at that pop.
Thank you, Roger. How about this atmosphere?
It's unbelievable. Let's go.
This is so cool. The fans are going wild. Sam, the rookie jersey should go on sale late tonight after the draft, if not early tomorrow.
Green Bay Packers about to pick. Feel free to subscribe. Really helps out the channel. We're trying to get to the
Packer fans here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and everywhere. Our fans are everywhere.
Is Mark Murphy going to be the guy to finally give us a receiver after 23 years of Pittsburgh? We're not picking Shadur. Don't you put that two on me. Nay.
It's our honor and privilege to host this wonderful event.
And with the pick in, I wonder who the Green Bay Packers will select.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
We also have the best owners in the NFL.
That's not real.
They're real.
That's not real, Mark.
We
Not
also
looking at the chat.
celebrate the
You
special
ain't getting
connection
royal.
we have with our fans.
You're just gonna in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
With the
23rd
23rd
pick.
pick, the 2025
Let's see.
NFL Draft, the 13th-time world champion Green Bay Packers, for the first time since 2002, draft a wide receiver.
They're drafting a wide receiver. The Packers have selected with the 23 overall pick, wide receiver Matthew Golden. And Mad Mel Kiper is losing it. And the crowd is pumped up. Wow. And wide receiver Matthew Golden is going to the Green Bay Packers with the 23rd overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.
Coach McCarthy, I don't know if you knew this whenever you were the head coach here in draft personnel decision-making, but all it takes is draft a wide receiver in the first round to get this reaction. We have Ty Schmidt. This is what you look like, Ty, as the Green Bay Packers. And I think that is probably synonymous with how everybody felt here. Massive pop for Mark Murphy and the Green Bay.
And the crowd's so pumped up and happy there in Lambeau Field for the selection for their hometown Green Bay Packers. And the Packer faithful sees for the first time in 23 years the Green Bay Packers select a wide receiver in the first round, selecting wide receiver Matthew Golden out of the University of Texas. He was the fastest wide receiver coming out in this NFL draft, and now he's with the Green Bay Packers. Ooh, we got some fireworks popping off there for Packers fans to check out. The crowd going wild there. And Matthew Golden amped up, getting the crowd amped up there as he gets to wear the green and gold.
For so many reasons, there is no other team in professional sports quite like the Green Bay Packers, and Mark Murphy did a great job of explaining some of those, and so that was the kind of moment you practically cannot get anywhere else in sports. Matthew Golden is going to address the crowd. Let's hear what he
Man, thank you, Sam. Appreciate that shout out in the chat, man. Z, shout out to you, man.
It's a blessing. Green Bay on 3. Hey, let me get a Green Bay on 3. 1, 2, 3.
That was awesome. Matthew Golden grabbing the mic. And he gets the crowd hyped up there with the Green Bay chant. Let's go.
Matthew, that was a warm welcome from your new fan base. What is
Obviously, an excellent pick all the way around. Complete wide receiver. Usually when you get one of these guys that run a 4-2, they're one-trick pony. They usually don't pan out in the NFL. My favorite thing about him...
Hell yeah, Z. You and everybody that hangs out here on Tim Reynolds Show helps out this channel. I really appreciate all you guys taking the time to come chill, man. Yeah, dude, even if you don't have a membership, man, I just appreciate anybody coming to hang out. I know eventually we'll see those memberships start popping off here on Tim Reynolds Show, without a doubt. And I know you guys will be here just to hang out, hear my play-by-play, get you guys excited while I bring the energy for y'all, like I try to do every single time we're live here on Tim Reynolds Show. So please, for me, guys, just make sure you smash that like button. We're only 3 likes away from our like goal here on this live stream of 25 likes for the 2025 NFL Draft. Let's make it happen, guys. Come on. And Matthew Golden, who started his career at the University of Houston and then transferred to the University of Texas for the Longhorns, was a big playmaker over the last few years. And he is the fastest wide receiver in this year's NFL Draft as well. And now the Minnesota Vikings are on the clock with the number 24th overall pick here in the 2025 NFL Draft. The pick is in for Minnesota, and we'll find out who they're going to select. Z, you talking about that gold plate, baby? That YouTube gold plate? Hell yeah. You know what? I hope you guys help me make it happen sooner rather than later, man. We first got to get that silver plaque, though, first for those 100,000 subscribers. So whatever you guys can do to help get me to that 100,000 subscriber match, that 100,000 subscriber goal, that's what I'm looking for, man. Because once we reach that, hey, we're here full time on Tim Reynolds Show. And the Minnesota Vikings select Donovan Jackson, guard, offensive guard. And after the Minnesota Vikings already beefed up their offensive line in the 2025 NFL Draft, now they select another offensive lineman here. From Ohio State, Donovan Jackson, offensive guard. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Got to go hit the restroom.
Schefter's reported. I'm going to wait for him, but I do know a team in New York has been making calls throughout the last 20 minutes, and I want to see what Schefter's got on the screen here, because, yep, we're going for it. Giants are trading back in. Let's go.
Okay, so the Giants are trading back in. This could be for a quarterback, just like what a lot of people were projecting over like the last week or so. Able to take somebody at 3 that you really liked at Abdul. Now, are you able to get the quarterback that you wanted because you knew they were going to be available? There's a chance that is happening right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, they did that extra private workout with Shador Sanders.
Uh-oh! We got a trade! We got a trade!
After last year's Hard Knocks in the offseason, their front office, I would lean towards what Mara feels like, and I'd stay away from Jackson.
We also can't forget that Joe Shane's kid, who wanted to keep Saquon, also put out on his IG story that he loved Jackson Dart this week. So,
Uh-oh.
Is that because ESPN knows what the Giants are doing? They did this with the Jackson.
I'll add this. this. Joe Judge is a big voice in that Ole Miss program, and you might say, Joe Judge. The front office for the Giants, with the exception of Shane, a lot of those guys didn't change. So if they have any read on that thing, they'll know inside and out.
So now the New York Giants have made a trade to get back into the first round, and it is suspected that they'll go with quarterback Jackson Dart here.
Haven't you heard a lot of the rumors that Zable is a Jackson Dart guy? I've heard that.
Yeah, but everything could be wrong.
You're right.
You know, that's the issue. Like, we thought there was going to be quarterbacks 2, 3. We thought maybe the Raiders, even like there were so many different conversations. Saints with Derek Carr, Browns, what are the Browns going to do? I mean, they're still Pittsburgh Steelers going to get a quarterback, so we don't know what's real and what isn't real. We do know that this is definitely going to be for quarterbacks, though. I mean, that is the only reason why you would do that.
This absolutely is a trade for a quarterback, but I'm still waiting to see the deals on the trade here, guys.
The pick is in for the New York Giants, so now we will wait. Roger Goodell, I think that was you, Strings. What was that?
I was just going to say left to right. Steve Tisch in the room, Chris Mara. A lot of the influential people were involved in these discussions this week. This was ownership on down, but Joe Shane all along has let it be known they were not going to reach for a quarterback. They were not going to do something that was out of character. But if it got to a certain value, they would be willing to trade back. I feel pretty vindicated. I've been saying this all along.
And the pick is in here at 25 for the New York Giants, who make a move here to get this spot just in front of the Los Angeles Rams.
Others around the internet for the last few days that have projected that the Giants like Jackson Dart more than they like Shador, even though they had great interest in Shador and probably great interest in Travis Hunter as well, as they were scouting the Colorado team all season long. Here's a big decision now in this entire draft night. Which quarterback do the Giants take? Was the true two all along Shador Sanders, or was it Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss? That's the question that we're about to have answered in a matter of moments.
I mean, either way, just looking at Peter Diggs' mock draft here, it is pretty incredible that he had the Giants traded back in. Granted, it's 26, this is the 25th pick, but I mean, Strings is kind of swinging a hot bat.
What's going on?
I'll take that Matthew Golden.
Nitin?
Jackson, I think he just said Jackson.
I don't know if it's Jackson yet. Pick, I don't know, but that's what I think. AJ Hawkchant, let's go.
AJ Hawkchant. Morano for Green Bay, Wisconsin. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. Giants making a lot of plays in the quarterback room already this offseason, Coach Mike McCarthy. Russell Wilson, Jameis.
And you have to think the Giants' early second-round pick is in this deal. And we're from Florida. Thanks for hanging out here, guys, on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach a like goal of 25 likes on this live stream. The pick is in at number 25 for the New York Giants, who trade up to get this pick. And we'll have to see the trade details and get those to you guys here shortly.
Whose preference do you think? Who reigns supreme in that room?
I would have to say it's the head coach. I mean, if you look at the history of the quarterback. I mean, yeah, absolutely. He's got a great history with quarterbacks.
I'm really curious who the New York Giants are selecting here at pick number 25.
Guys, there's going to be more action right after the Giants pick. And I'm telling you, I don't have the team yet, but some interesting stuff with some trade capital coming up. But the Rams are after the Texans. Now the Giants. Rams were looking to trade back.
So the Texans are the one who traded with the New York Giants for this number 25th overall pick. And we're also hearing a lot of reports that the Rams are fielding trade offers as well for the number 26 pick.
End of the combo was in the draft narrative. Every team that needed a quarterback were like, yes, we need a quarterback, but we're going to kind of, the value of the draft pick matters for us on who it's going to be. And they're trusting the board, and it appears as if all the people that are in the position to trade out are willing participants. Texans said, yep, we'll get out of here. Rams said, yep, we'll get out of here, allegedly. And now these teams are able to get their quarterback they wanted and another player. Falcons are moving back into the first round tonight.
And the crowd's starting to disperse there with the Green Bay Packers pick already in.
Quarterback, here's Goodell to clarify the Giants. Who's number 2?
And it is quarterback Jackson Dart as he goes to the New York Giants. The quarterback out of Ole Miss, who set a program record with over 10,600 passing yards in his 3 seasons at Ole Miss, is now the draft pick and foreseeably the new franchise quarterback for the New York Giants heading into next year.
Jackson Dart as an NFL prospect. Then as the draft cycle went on and combine went on and everybody started watching his film and how much of a dog he is, how much of a leader he is.
And now the Los Angeles Rams are on the clock after the New York Giants make Jackson Dart their next quarterback, and now he'll follow in the footsteps of Eli Manning, the other great Ole Miss quarterback. Talk about a great spot for quarterback Jackson Dart to be at. This is probably the perfect situation for him. And we've yet to see the details of this trade, but oh no, the Los Angeles Rams have traded their pick to the Atlanta Falcons. So the Atlanta Falcons have made a trade back into the first round here at pick number 26, and the pick is already in. Wow, guys, we're still waiting to get trade details here for the first trade made.
He might be a little bit of a rich candidate because Rich always had, he has that spurt to step up and get out of there. I'm real impressed with his scramble ability and get to the second level a little more quickness and speed, I think, than you realize until you watch the tape. And I love the throw that he has to his left on the scramble drill to his left, flipping the hips, putting the ball on the back of the end zone. So those are the kind of things that I really look for when you're watching tape. And I mean,
So they haven't said anything yet.
Move the chains, control the clock. I mean, he's not only good for the offense, he's good.
Okay. So the trade details for the New York Giants and the Houston Texans. The Texans trade the number 25 overall pick to the New York Giants for the number 34 overall pick, the number 99 overall pick, and a 2026 third-round pick. An excellent deal there for the Giants, getting that and trading back into the first round. And now we see the Falcons trade with the Los Angeles Rams for the number 26th overall pick. And the Falcons get the number 26th overall pick in the first round and a third-round pick in this year's draft. And the Falcons give up a 2025 second-round pick, number 46th overall, and a first-round pick next year, and a seventh-round pick this year. So actually not a bad deal if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan. So hopefully that means Atlanta has a guy in mind that they're coming back up into the draft to grab here. I imagine if I had to guess, this is probably going to be, I want to say, a secondary piece probably for the Falcons.
Buffalo, that mobility, the dual threat ability, the big arm to get the ball down the field, the toughness. Those are the traits that Josh Allen showed Brian Dable in Buffalo. That's why Jackson Dart.
Might be a little skeptical. You got a quarterback at 24, 25 in the draft on hand.
Why did we hear Shador the entire time?
I don't know. I didn't say that.
So now this more than likely means that Shador Sanders will fall into the second round unless another team trades up for this pick.
Future first rounder, depending upon what the Falcons end up doing this year, obviously will tell the story. Well, they must love that.
We know it's not a quarterback, but I would assume it's a player.
We don't know that.
Absolutely.
You don't know that.
I'll assume it's not a quarterback. I will also assume it's a player at a very premium position.
Okay, Z, thanks for hanging out, man. And the pick is in.
To the Atlanta Falcons. With the 26th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select James Pierce Jr., defensive end, Tennessee.
And the Atlanta Falcons trade back up into the first round to select defensive end James Pierce Jr. from the University of Tennessee with the number 26th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. So now we have seen the Atlanta Falcons be aggressive, trading back into the first round to select James Pierce Jr., which now means the Falcons add 2 premier pass rushers to their defense here with this selection.
I think you're never wrong when you go, if you trust the process, not to be redundant.
A big trade here made from the Atlanta Falcons. And now we've seen back-to-back trades here late in the first round. And the Falcons making a big deal here. They'll also get a 2025 third-round pick in the deal, where they send a 2025 second-round pick, a 2025 seventh-round pick, and a 2026 first-round pick in this deal for their draft pick here. Number 26th overall. And the Falcons are loving it. A deal made here. And Jeff Ulbrich, the new defensive coordinator there for the Atlanta Falcons, gets a 6'5", 240-pound edge rusher out of the University of Tennessee. As we've seen Pierce Jr. really show off skill that you would have thought would have had him drafted higher in this one. But because of some character issue, he dropped in this first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. So hopefully the Falcons think they can work through those character issues and be able to get a lot out of the pass rusher out of the University of Tennessee. And at 6'5", he ran a 4.47, which is definitely fast in the 40-yard dash.
James Pierce was second in all of those. Like, he was second right behind Abdul Carter as far as edge, and he's probably the second most talented edge rusher. But yeah, there was some character stuff and things like that. So if they feel good about that,
can I be the devil's advocate here? You're giving up a second-round pick this year and a first-round pick next year. Come on, guys, coach. He's got a high ceiling, coach. He's like 6'5", 245. That first-round pick. His ceiling is off the charts.
I think that, Raheem Morris is a big factor.
And a lot of people are questioning this move for the Atlanta Falcons, giving up a first-round pick in next year's draft for a late first-round pick in this year's draft. In this year's draft, I'm not sure if that was a good idea for the Atlanta Falcons.
Raheem will do a great job with this young man.
You look at this Falcons defense, too. They go out and get Judon, obviously, but their pass rush.
Oh, they did it.
It wasn't worth 2 squirts of piss.
Okay, I would say that, but...
And not very many players left in the green room there.
Let's go down to the draft cave. Schrager, while we were going to the bathroom, you said Chiefs, Bills, I forget who else said. I think the Eagles. Yeah, Eagles, and I think you said something about the Ravens. Well, we're currently sitting at the Ravens at 27. Yeah. I assume they're fielding calls like everybody else is, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that those teams at the end, they are the teams that are looking up. But Josh Simmons still on the board. I mean, I'm looking at him and I'm looking at DaCosta and what they do. To me, that would make sense if you're not going to trade and have a team come up.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's like a Malachi Starks or Maxwell Harrison. Okay. They need secondary help. Malachi Starks.
Yeah, so we got the Baltimore Ravens on the clock here at pick number 27. The Ravens pick is in. And I imagine with all the secondary pieces that have yet to be selected here in the late first round, I imagine Baltimore is going to have a plethora of people to choose from to help improve their secondary. So we'll see who Baltimore decides to go with here.
But he wants to win Super.
And he's going to bring back the Pagano punch. It's kind of been left
It's a
down.
peanut punch, remember? The NFL tried to start a war.
Was that a debate or what? A lot of people will respect, ancient football back in Wyoming. Chuck Pagano started the Pagano punch.
Okay.
Peanut Tillman comes in. Everyone's talking about the peanut punch. Chuck Pagano's, eating rocks on the corner. No one cares about him. And we just want people to know, like, hey, there was an old Italian man who
This is all a made-up story here.
put his life on the line. He was going for the ball.
He definitely led with the ground helmet a lot. Safety for Wyoming.
Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Right now, the pick is in for the Baltimore Ravens at the number 27th overall pick here in the 2025 NFL Draft. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Our like goal here for the end of this first round is 25 likes on this live stream. Guys, we're only 3 likes away from that goal. Let's make it happen here on Tim Reynolds Show. I appreciate you guys. Come on, let's go.
We've seen a few peanut punches. That guy's, I mean, that was unbelievable. I mean, just the numbers on it, like statistically, where he was compared to.
Think of everybody who's carrying the ball knows he's on the field too. Like it affects how you maneuver around the field when you have.
That's practice.
That's a big part of it. I'm sorry.
I should practice leading up to playing against that ball.
Well, I think in today's NFL, the last 10 years, as the league is taking the helmet out of the game, you know, the punching, you know, in the techniques, you know, the tackling, taking out. I mean, it's even more. You see it.
No one's worried about missing tackles. They're going like
NFL taking their sweet time with these picks being in. I wonder who the Baltimore Ravens are going to select here, but I imagine it's going to be a secondary piece that would be pivotal to help improve this Baltimore Ravens defense.
They're thinking on the internet that everything we've been saying is accurate for the Ravens. That's what the internet is alluding to at this exact moment. Obviously, we don't want to tip any picks. Feel like we've been pretty good tonight.
You've been really good. We just said it.
Well, if we know.
Because we're trying to, you know,
It's more fun this way. It's better this way.
I disagree, Trey.
I love it.
All right, I know you love it, Trey. You're a super professional, obviously.
There's no valor in having like Jordan Schultz or Albert Breer tweeting. I want to find it out from the get-go.
That's your job, though, trying to be able to start
27th pick
Stay out of the star
in
board.
the 2025 NFL Draft. The Baltimore Ravens select Malachi Starks.
And safety Malachi Starks out of the University of Georgia is the selection with the number 27th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The Baltimore Ravens choose the safety out of the University of Georgia, who has been listed as the best safety in this draft class. And now Malachi Starks has a new home in the NFL where he will play for the Baltimore Ravens. And he also gets a very good senior veteran secondary coach in Chuck Pagano, who joined the Baltimore Ravens staff this offseason.
What they got with Humphrey, obviously, but Hamilton. And, you know, Nick Emenwari out of South Carolina was the hot prospect at the Combine. He still might go in the first round. But everyone I spoke to was like, that's Combine stuff. It's great for February. Starks is, like, the guy. He is the safety. Emenwari could be a great linebacker and safety in his own right. But this is the pick.
DB, Darius just popped right there.
A beautiful pick here for the Baltimore Ravens. This guy definitely should be able to come in at almost 6'1", 197 pounds. Safety Malachi Starks, or he's a guy who could be a playmaker for you in the secondary. Great ball skills. He can play one-on-one with the wide receiver in coverage. He's got really good run support skills as well. Also very good in zone coverage from the safety position, where he balled out for that University of Georgia defense.
Good down with Raj Goodell. He picked up Raj Goodell. He carried Raj Goodell. We went chest to chest, test to test. Picked up and moved him from one side of the stage to the other. He is excited.
And Roger Goodell with a big hug from the safety at the University of Georgia. Heck yeah, Big E. The Packers with Matthew Golden had that crowd going wild for that pick.
SECs, playing against a lot of dogs and a wide receiver. Playing a lot of big games. I think that's a big deal for a DB. Don't you think so, Coach?
Big time. A lot of pelts on the wall. I mean, you love his tenacity. You know, we're talking about the high point on the interception. That's big time football.
And now the Detroit Lions are on the clock with the number 28th overall pick. All right, guys, we're up to 22 likes here on this live stream. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. My like goal for this live stream before we get to the end of round number 1 of this 2025 NFL Draft is to get to 25 likes here on this live stream. So please help me reach my goal here on this live reaction for the 2025 NFL Draft here on Tim Reynolds Show.
That's a big deal for a DB because possessions are so valuable. extra possession in the first or second half of the football game. That is huge, man. I absolutely love this pick for the Baltimore Ravens.
AFC North gets tougher, seemingly.
Hell yeah, 2 more? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, guys. Only 2 more likes to reach our goal of 25 likes here. And the pick is in for the Detroit Lions.
I personally, I thought they were going to do like a best available defensive player at this spot, whether it was edge. We know the defensive injuries last year. They were just decimated on the D-line.
They had, what, like 15 injuries?
They were decimated on the D-line. So is there, a D tackle or a D-end edge guy they like left? Or, they're always looking, for value at the corner position. I know they brought in some corners this year, but I wouldn't be surprised to see someone in the secondary either.
Range, your thoughts? Will Johnson's still on the board, local guy out of Michigan. And, they brought in, obviously, DJ Reed from the Jets. They have TimReynolds, so maybe corner's not it, maybe safeties. But the truth matter is this. I covered the draft 2 years ago when they took a running back at 12 and an inside line.
Dude, Big E, that's going to be a great combo for the Ravens secondary. This guy, McKill Starks, is going to be, I think, a very, very good draft pick for the Baltimore Ravens, who the Ravens are notorious for being very, very good in the NFL draft with their draft selections. So, and for last year's host for the 2024 NFL draft, the Detroit Lions are now on the clock, and the pick is in.
Let's go back to the drop. Evan Fox, Detroit Lions fan. What are your thoughts? Obviously, nowadays, as opposed to back in the days, you have a lot more trust in the decisions being made, I assume?
Yeah, 100%. And they were spot on. It's got to be a defensive guy. It could be a corner. It could be a defensive end. It could be defensive tackle. That's kind of what we're all expecting. But most importantly, it's going to be a dog. Brad Holmes finds dogs. And you guys just mentioned the guy from Alabama. He loves Alabama guys. Brian Branch, J-Mo, amongst many. Jameer Gibbs, obviously. So I would not be surprised if that's what we go with.
Hey, Foxy, you guys in the back are doing a great job.
Thanks a lot. We're trying, man. We're trying to keep up.
Right West was Gumpy when they took that detail.
Gumpy is so mad right now that they didn't take Tyler Warren. Am I right, Gumpy?
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted all season. All I talked about, I wanted Tyler Warren. That's all I wanted.
That's all he wanted.
Yeah, we did. It's great. Chris Girl.
And Dolphin fans are not happy, it looks like. Guys, we're only 1 like away from our goal of 25 likes here on TimReynoldsShow. Let's go. Come on. And the pick is in.
The Detroit Lions select Tyleek Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State.
Okay, what are they getting, AJ Hawk and Tyler Wood?
Big dude in the middle that's played a ton of football. You cannot move the guy, disruptor. He may not get a ton of sacks, but the guy's going to affect the quarterback.
And looks like with the number 28th overall pick, the Detroit Lions select defensive tackle Tyleek Williams out of Ohio State, a big run stuffer on the defensive line, and he should definitely come in and help improve this Detroit Lions rushing defense. 6'2", 7.5", so almost 6'3", 334 pounds. The big man played along the Ohio State Buckeyes defensive line where he was a wrecker. This guy in the NCAA 25 EA Sports video game is a huge wrecker as well. You have to watch out for this guy. For his size, he's got some speed and elusiveness along the D-line there. And him playing in the interior with how athletic he is for how big he is, this guy is definitely going to transition well to the next level. Maybe a little bit higher than projected to go. I believe Williams was projected to be a second-round pick. But here, the Lions feel like they get a great value with an interior defensive lineman that most certainly will help improve that defense for the Detroit Lions next year. I like this pick. Did we get it? Did we get the 25 likes? I'm reading 24. Did we get the 25, Big E?
He played 12 games his freshman year. Yeah, he played all 4. He was all conference the last 2 seasons. So, yeah, he's a great player.
I'm still seeing 24 right now. We just need one more person to hit that like button and we'll reach our goal of 25 likes here on this live stream for Tim Reynolds Show in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft.
And it has worked every single time. And Brad Holmes, I trust. Good pick. I'll leave another player. guys reapplied some hairspray to the joy and the light of the fans who are pretty buzzed up and maybe even high at this time of the draft.
Without a doubt, that loud pack is still rolling through the skies here in Green Bay.
Go, loud pack, go. Go, loud pack, go. Go, loud pack, go. And it's been going on to this second.
It has. I feel a little bit of intoxication.
So with this pick, Williams was actually
Stretch, I think. You know, I have a little bit further down on my board, so a little bit. But again, we talked about the Lions. This is the kind of stuff they do. Okay, you get him in there with Dan Campbell. He could be a great player, unfortunately. That's kind of just the way it works.
All right, let's roll through.
the defensive tackle Williams is actually a little bit of a stretch here.
We started with Cam Ward, which was a foregone conclusion coming in. Congrats, Cam.
He was projected as the number 67th overall pick. Williams, a defensive tackle at Ohio State. So a little bit of a stretch here for the Detroit Lions to take here. I'm very shocked. We have yet to see Mike Green, pass rusher out of the University of Marshall, is still available, and so is Will Johnson, the 6'2" cornerback from the University of Michigan.
Every team watching the draft intently trying to figure out what to do, like, are all the teams, and I guess this is a dumb question for you, but for me it's real. We're talking to John Schneider there a few months ago. He's still active right now? You think, is everybody still active, or is there some teams that know they're done for the night and aren't even paying attention?
Oh, no. I mean, I've never seen that. I mean, you go all the way to the end, sit, you know, then you have the post meeting real quick, and then obviously get back in the morning. So, no, they're definitely, you know, everybody's taking every call, you know, so, yeah, no, they're still working.
And there we go, guys. We have finally reached our like goal here on Tim Reynolds Show. 25 likes here on this live stream. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support here on Tim Reynolds Show. I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. It's draft day here, football fans, and I'm glad you guys want to spend your time here on Tim Reynolds Show, where I bring you guys all the live reaction and breakdown of this 2025 NFL Draft. Let's go. Thank you guys for all your support. Make sure you guys subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show, and let's go. And guys, don't forget my memberships are also live on my YouTube channel as well. All right, and the Washington Commanders have been on the clock here at pick number 29, but now they are telling us the pick is in. Who will the selection be for the Washington Commanders?
This one's unique, guys. No, I've never in my life had seen someone being mocked going second and third for weeks by everyone and then doesn't go in the first round. So this one is unique, and there's a lot of different factors, but like, I'm not shocked right now. I never had Shador as that guy because I never heard that from the team. So we couldn't, as a media, necessarily foresee this, but we also couldn't will it to happen either, if that's what it felt like early on in this process. I feel for the kid. It stinks. Everyone telling you you're going to be the first quarterback taken, and then, oh wait, Cam Ward is. Oh, then the next week, oh, you're going to be a top 5 pick, and then now he's there. So I think it's unfortunate. Meanwhile, the draft is the draft. The NFL guys are going to take who they want.
And the pick is in, and we'll see who makes the selection here.
Washington Commanders select Josh Connerly Jr., tackle, Oregon.
Tackle, not a safety. You thought a safety was coming to Washington, coach. Feels like
And the Washington Commanders, with the 29th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Commanders have selected offensive tackle Josh Connerly Jr. from the University of Oregon. So a little bit of a reach here for the Washington Commanders, who want to get better along that offensive line. Josh Connerly Jr. played left tackle and offensive tackle for the Oregon Ducks. And right now, Laramie Tunsil is expected to be the starting left tackle for the Washington Commanders, who they traded for this offseason. So this is going to be very interesting to see where he will play along this offensive line for the Washington Commanders.
And maybe it's because there's an abundance of talent on offensive line and D-line, but also I think it's
And this big offensive tackle, 6'4", 5'8", with 311 pounds. He's got the size and the strength to be able to protect guys here on the next level. And this should be a great pick for the Commanders, but a little bit of a stretch.
We talked about it because there's going to be obviously a hole there in the second and third round because there's so many that went this high. So I think it's very smart by these teams to jump up there, grab these big guys.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Biggie, I agree with you there, man. Like, first-round offensive lineman, that's kind of like one of the most safest picks in the NFL draft. And I don't mean to say safe like it's an insult or nothing like that. I mean that when you're picking an offensive lineman that goes in the first round, I think more than likely you're going to end up winning with that selection than any other position that you draft with, All right, guys, only 3 picks left here in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Right now, the Buffalo Bills are on the clock here at pick number 30 in this 2025 NFL Draft. Now, the big shocker to me in this first round is we're seeing a lot of these really good defensive backs just falling out of the first round here. And I tell you what, it's going to be really interesting to see what these 3 teams do here. The Bills could definitely use some secondary help. The Kansas City Chiefs need to get a little bit younger in their secondary as well. And we've already seen the Philadelphia Eagles invest in their secondary in last year's draft. But I wonder if they'll do the same thing here.
So you're telling me that cow milk thing was 15 years ago? You bet. And now I'm eating this?
And the Bills draft room there as the pick is in, as they wait patiently for the selection to be announced from Commissioner Roger Goodell. And now that the pick is in, that means the Kansas City Chiefs will be informed that they will be on the clock here soon. And which means when this selection is in, we will only have 2 picks left to go here in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please don't forget, guys, to hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. And thank you guys for hanging out here for all the first round action of the 2025 NFL Draft. A very interesting first round thus far. Oh, hey, thank you, Laugh Lounge. I appreciate the sub there, pal. Thank you, guys, man. I appreciate all the love and support, guys.
Come up just short in such painful fashion multiple times in the last few years. Last year was supposed to be their 10th year.
And the pick is in for the Buffalo Bills as we await to see who Commissioner Roger Goodell will announce as he steps up to the podium. Yeah, Rylan, thanks for the question. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with the first round pick. It's a very good pick for the Bucs. I just really would have thought the Tampa Bay Bucs would have gone with either pass rusher or a secondary help with that first overall selection. But this may end up being a blessing in disguise for the Bucs because right now all the top cornerbacks right now are still available on the board here as we look to get into round number 2, where I imagine the Buccaneers are going to be primed to get a really good cornerback or even a defensive lineman in the second round. So we'll see what happens.
Let's go, Buffalo! With the 30th pick in the 2025
And with the 30th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select cornerback Maxwell Harrison from the University of Kentucky. And now we finally see another cornerback taken off the board, the first one since Travis Hunter was drafted 2nd overall. And this guy is a very good corner, a ball hawker, if you will. Playing in the SEC, he's shown he's got the ball skills to be able to intercept the ball and make plays on the ball in the secondary. And the guys in the green room there wishing him luck, dapping him up. And now Maxwell Harrison is the new cornerback and defensive back for the Buffalo Bills with the 30th overall pick here in the 2025 NFL Draft. And guys, that now means we are down to 2 more picks. 2 more overall picks here. Uh-oh, we got a trade alert. A trade alert. The Kansas City Chiefs have traded the number 31 overall pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. What? What is going on here? The Eagles make a move to get 1 pick ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs for what player? What player could the Chiefs have their eyes on here?
Let's not forget what happened to the Buffalo Bills. I can't remember which quarter it was, went out in the playoff game, and then they just got absolutely torched the rest of the game. So a great pick for them. He had 6 career interceptions, 3 of them went back to the house. So when he gets his hand on the ball...
No, nobody got Campbell yet either, so he's more than likely falling in the second round. Although we could see the Philadelphia Eagles take Campbell here, especially after they just made a trade with the Kansas City Chiefs.
And early on in the process, Ed Barry hits me up in February, and it's like, you don't know his name now.
All right, so the trade details are in. The Eagles trade the number 32 overall pick and pick number 164 to the Chiefs for the number 31 overall selection. So where will the Eagles go here? This is a very interesting trade at the end of the first round. You would have thought we'd seen somebody really take a swing at maybe trading in with one of these 2 guys for a quarterback for Shedeur Sanders. But now the Eagles love somebody they're willing to trade up 1 pick for.
Campbell still has to be. Maybe. That's another guy that would be amazing.
So, who? Simmons is on the board still. You look at the big offensive lineman, you think of Stoutland.
Will Johnson, they lost Darius Slip.
Will Johnson.
He would have to be a player that they thought the Chiefs were going to take, right, Coach? If you remember that 1 pick?
Yeah, it's a blinking light. I mean, definitely. You have 1 pick. It's someone...
You've said blinking light a couple times. That means, like...
as they come off the board, you got 1 guy sitting. It's 4, 5, 6, 7 spots higher than...
Potential yellow jacket up.
So the pick is in for the Philadelphia Eagles as we're down to our last 2 picks here in the first round. I'm not sure who the Eagles are taking here, man. I gotta think it's a secondary guy, maybe possibly a cornerback here, with how many of them are available. But the linebacker Campbell from the University of Alabama has been linked to the Philadelphia Eagles here in this first round. So I'm actually very curious to see if they will take him. And no, Raylan Shedeur has not been drafted yet. And I'm not sure, Andy, right now, honestly, man, like the sad part for me is that Shedeur was scheduled to be a top 5 pick until literally the last month and a half of this process where all of a sudden he's took a nosedive and now he's going to be a second-round pick. And I imagine he's either going to go to the Cleveland Browns or possibly the Pittsburgh Steelers. But keep in mind, the Steelers don't have a second-round pick. So who will draft Shedeur Sanders is going to be the big question heading into tomorrow night's round 2 and 3 on Friday night of this 2025 NFL Draft. Oh yeah, Laugh Lounge. We'll definitely see Jalen Moore taken by somebody in the second round. Someone's going to take a swing on that guy without a doubt.
After the Miami Dolphins situation, now the Eagles seemingly load up on defense even more. You saw them obviously twice. That team was so good at football last year.
I mean, clearly from the bye week, I thought clearly they were the best team in football and the most consistent team. You know, and then obviously, you know, had the tough divisional game there against the Rams. Obviously, the championship game, Super Bowl, decisive victory.
So the pick is in for the Philadelphia Eagles as we see who they're about to select here after they made a trade with the Kansas City Chiefs to move up one spot here in this late first round. So the Eagles will select at number 31 overall. And the Kansas City Chiefs move back one spot here to number 32 overall. And we'll see who the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles will bring in.
All last year, getting killed by the media saying, hey, they need to fire this fucking clown. This guy's a moron. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He gets killed, Coach. I don't know how much you know.
He was getting killed all season, and he just keeps going, keeps staying the course, and they win the Super Bowl. What do you think?
Hey, what's going on, Scorpion? In Laugh Lounge, you may be right. The Browns may want to trade up for this 32 overall pick, and they do have some extra draft picks to do it after that trade with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we'll see what happens.
Let's go into the draft cave here. Philadelphia Eagles potentially maybe taking Jihad Campbell, linebacker from Alabama.
Yep.
That fits Sirianni team very, very well.
I mean, these players just keep calling them, and they're not going to stop taking them. I mean, it happened with Jalen Carter, not as far, obviously. They took him at 10. He's Daniel Jeremiah's 12th range player. He's only here because he had a shoulder injury. He had 117 tackles this year. He was a 5-star edge coming out.
So Campbell had over 117 tackles this year, and because of the shoulder injury that he's dealing with, is the reason why he's still available here at pick number 31, as he's expected to be the draft pick for the Philadelphia Eagles coming up here. What's going on, Big G?
The stat that I love, guys, is that he had a season from an Alabama player since the...
Hey, Big E, the Browns didn't get Travis Hunter, man. I don't know if you're just now getting caught up with that, dude. Travis Hunter went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars made a trade with the Cleveland Browns and got Travis Hunter. So now Travis Hunter is a Jacksonville Jaguar. The Cleveland Browns traded back to the 5th overall pick and selected Mason Graham, the defensive tackle. Yeah, so Shedeur is not getting paired up with Travis Hunter. I can promise you that. The Jacksonville Jaguars are not looking to draft a quarterback. At least not in these early rounds. Man, I tell you what, they literally dragged this stuff out, man. It said pick is in for like the last 10 minutes, and we've still yet to hear from Commissioner Roger Goodell.
Especially when you have guys on the back end like Zach Bond was a former edge rusher too that moved off the ball, had a defensive player of the year caliber season. Now Kobe Dean was a great leader out there. He got banged up, so now you got him coming in. Communicators, great coach.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Right now, we're waiting for Roger Goodell as he heads to the podium. And there it is. With the number 31 overall pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jihad Campbell, linebacker from the University of Alabama. And the Philadelphia Eagles once again steal one of the top draft picks in the NFL draft that fell right to them here. And this guy is going to join a Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl winning defense, and he's going to be a big part of it. I tell you what, this is a huge move. This is a huge move for the Philadelphia Eagles, getting Campbell, who's actually rated as like the 12th best overall prospect in this draft. And now he lands with the Philadelphia Eagles. I can't believe it, man. Howie Roseman's doing his thing, dude. And Big E, you never know, man. We can make it to 30 likes before we get to this next pick. And Campbell, who's almost 6'3", had over 100 tackles last season. And even though he's got that shoulder injury, he's shown that he can be a very reliable and a very dependable defensive player. And now he goes to the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Man, this is a great pick for the Eagles, man. And now the Kansas City Chiefs are on the clock here with the number 32 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. The pick is already in for the Kansas City Chiefs as we look to find out who the Chiefs will take here.
You can see the shoulder issue because he didn't have that same pop and be able to get off and get people off of him. But you figure this, if he's healthy and both of those, those shoulders are straight, this is a hell of an athlete. I mean, he's just most great. He's kind of hyped too. He knows he's on the national football team.
And they can wait. This is one organization, one football team can wait on John.
That's right.
Get healthy. They don't have to rush it. They drafted Cooper this year, who they stole in the second round. Why? Because he was coming off an injury. They waited it out, and he was an impactful all year and was a key guy in the Super Bowl, right? Yeah. So again,
And the Philadelphia Eagles really know how to draft guys and find values in the draft.
And like I said, they can wait till it's complete. It's not one shoulder, it's two. Right, exactly. Wait till it's completely healthy. Shoulders are 100% before you get him back on the field, and they can wait it out.
You mentioned Howie Roseman. That was the Eagles' NFL high 11th trade involving a first-round pick since he took over in December of 2015.
Wow, guys. Wow. We got one more pick here in the 2025 NFL Draft. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Can you only accept a fifth-year option if they are in the first round? Yes, Laugh Lounge. That means that if you're not selected in the first round of the NFL Draft, you do not have a fifth-year option on your contract, on your rookie deal.
What is it like standing up here as the newest member of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Best team in the nation. I mean, what can I say? E-A-G-L-E-S. There we go.
Thank you.
He already knows.
Molly, he already knows. That's a great moment. Again, a young man who suffered those injuries, thought he might have to wait until tomorrow night. And here's his name called again in a trade with Kansas City. Shefty, what can you tell us?
Well, the Eagles tried trading up earlier in the draft to go get Campbell, and the trade fell through, but they were able to persevere and trade up one spot. A lot of people might ask, why would you trade up one spot? Well, I think it's to block another team from potentially coming up, especially when it only costs you a fifth-round draft pick and you've got 20 picks in the next 2 rounds to use as ammunition. And now they get a player who, as Mel mentioned, could have gone from 12 to 15. He did have surgery on one of his shoulders. He's going to need surgery on another shoulder, potentially after this season. He's got a knee issue as well, but the talent is undeniable, Greeny.
No question about it.
So a bunch of injury concerns for Campbell. And the Kansas City Chiefs pick is in.
They've won a bunch of Super Bowls in recent seasons. Mel, what does this team need?
I look at a kid, we talk about injuries, right, with Jahad Campbell. How about Josh Simmons at Ohio State? Left tackle, was playing great football, so he got the knee injury October 12th against Oregon. Could have been a top 5 to 10 pick. Left tackle for Patrick Mahomes. If I'm a team like Campbell, you can wait on Josh Simmons. He's ready for Campbell, ready to start. Great. But we have to wait a couple more weeks, a month or a month and a half, fine.
If you look at, I'll finish up.
Here's the thing I say about the Chiefs. The only time
I'm really excited to see who the Kansas City Chiefs are going to select. So, Sam, my grade on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pick, I think I got to go with an A. Maybe it wasn't a position of need, but it's a playmaking wide receiver that's most certainly going to help this offense be one of the most high-powered offenses in the NFL. I mean, guys, we've got now McMillan, Godwin, Mike Evans, and now you add Ibuka. to that wide receiving core. And the pick is in.
In the 2025 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Josh Simmons, tackle, Ohio State.
And it's Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State. And he will be the last pick in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. And Josh Simmons comes in and gives them a 6'4", almost 6'5", 317-pound offensive tackle who started his career at San Diego State and came over to the Buckeyes, transferring to the Ohio State University, and was successful there at the left tackle position, one of the hardest spots to play in the Big Ten. And even though he's had some injury concerns, he definitely checks all the boxes for a guy that could be a legitimate starting left tackle or starting offensive tackle in the NFL. So a big pick here for the Kansas City Chiefs that rounds out the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft.
If he is healthy, and they have one of the best fighters in the NFL, Rick Burkholder, down there in Kansas City, he will be a
Hey, thank you, Big E. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out on the channel, man. Yeah, hey, Laugh Lounge, looks like you're going to have to wait till the second round to see your first draft pick for the Houston Texans. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But, guys, thank you so much, man, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. The first round of the 2025 NFL Draft has concluded, and it's been a very interesting first round. We've seen 4 trades total happen in this draft. The big one was early on where the Jacksonville Jaguars were able to trade up to the number 2 overall pick to select cornerback and wide receiver Travis Hunter, the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner. And because of that, the Cleveland Browns trade down and go back to the number 5 overall pick where they select defensive tackle Mason Graham from the University of Michigan with that pick. But yeah, guys, it's been one hell of a match. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Sam says, we want tight end Helm. Yeah. Hey, you're going to have a chance to get him, man, as a Chargers fan. And Eddie, tomorrow we will be live for Friday Night SmackDown, and I will also try to have the NFL Draft on as well, so I'll be able to kind of, during commercial breaks for WWE Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow, we'll be able to bring you guys all the action that's happening with the NFL Draft round 2 and 3 tomorrow night. But this has been your 2025 NFL Draft first round reaction and breakdown from Tim Reynolds Show, one of the most electrifying sports entertainment channels on all of YouTube. This is Tim Reynolds Show, and let's go. I appreciate every single one of y'all for hanging out here on the channel throughout this whole entire NFL Draft first round. It's really meant a lot to me, guys, so shout out to you, chat. Shout out to everybody who came and hung out here on the channel. I appreciate every single one of y'all that hit that like button and subbed in here for Tim Reynolds Show, and I can't wait to see you guys next time I go live here on my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much. Peace out, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Friday evening and the rest of your NFL Draft weekend. We'll see you next time we're live here on Tim Reynolds Show, and I cannot wait to bring you guys more NFL content and more sports content right here on this sports entertainment channel. It's Tim Reynolds Show, and you guys better know I'll be coming in tomorrow trying to break down what's going on with the second and third round, but we'll also be live for WWE Friday Night SmackDown, as I will be doing play-by-play and reaction for the Friday Night SmackDown after WWE WrestleMania, which happened this past weekend, so I can't wait to bring that to you guys. And we'll also try to be live this weekend, hopefully for a little bit, if not, maybe after the rounds 4 through 7 this weekend. Hopefully we'll be able to hop on here live on Tim Reynolds Show and try to go over and break down all the big picks that happen with rounds 4 through 7 on Saturday with the 2025 NFL Draft. Peace out, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out here on the channel.